When we come back, we'll take a closer look at what happened here at Rosenblatt Stadium last night when the Royals beat the Bees. Right after this 2-minute timeout on ESPN 1230.
Okay, sweetie, so I am going to need your help. Here is the grocery list.
Okay.
What do you say we divide and conquer?
Okay, Mom.
Okay, great. So first up, we need some salupa, some ta and some
Excuse me?
Salupa, ticket, and some all three of them are in aisle 6.
Let's see the list.
I just printed it on my way out the door.
What you print matters. Avoid smears, streaks, and blotches. Insist on only original HP ink cartridges. Vibrant, precise, reliable. Trust everything you print to original HP inks.
Shoot, they seem to be out of formula.
Original HP inks. Print. Don't reprint.
We could substitute some for that.
Brilliantly simple. HP.
Hey now, need a new car, go to Stockton to Malone. Hey now, I need a new car, go to Stockton to Malone.
We need more cars, and we want yours. It's a shame with Stockton and Malone Honda, and we cannot find enough new cars to keep our lot full. Everyone knows that the best place to buy a used car is at a new car store. So we will pay up to 120% of Kelley Blue Book just to have your car. Now, if it doesn't run, keep it. We can't use your 1972 Pinto with a leaky gas tank. We only sell quality used cars that pass our 130-point inspection process from our trained technicians. This is how we give our customers the very best deals. You can buy these used cars for up to 50 to 60% discount from their original MSRP. Now, we are giving away a free Costco membership or a $100 gas card with every single car. Stockton Malone Honda, the biggest Honda dealership in the world, is going to earn your business. So stop what you're doing, get into that trade, and get into a new Stockton Malone Honda.
OACC dealer for details.
Now back to more Salt Lake Bees baseball with Steve Klauke on ESPN 1230 AM.
Welcome back to windy, cold, and gray Rosenblatt Stadium. The Bees and the Royals getting set for Game 3 of their 4-game series. Last night, the Bees grabbed a 1-0 lead in the second inning with 2 outs. Mike Elward launched an 0-1 pitch from starter Ed Yarnall into the bleachers in left for his first career AAA home run, and it gave the Bees a 1-0 lead. Now, the third inning was interrupted by a 17-minute rain delay. It did not seem to affect Nathan Bland, but he struggled in the fourth. Paul Phillips started the rally going for the Royals with a bunt single. He took second base on a line drive single to center by Chad Allen. Mark T. in lined hard to the right fielder Nick Gorneau for the first out, but with runners at first and second and one away, Mike Aviles put Omaha ahead to stay. Bland ready, the pitch. Swung on and lined up the alley in left center field. That's going to go to the wall and score 2. Here comes Phillips. Chad Allen being waved around. Here comes Eric Ibar's throw to the plate, and it's not going to be in time. Ball trickles away from Buddy, but not far enough away for Aviles to advance. It's a 2-run double for Mike Aviles, and the Royals take the lead 2-1. That would be all for Nate Bland at that point in the ball game. Ricky Bell, though, would greet Matt Wilhite with a looping single to right field that would score Aviles to make it a 3-1 ball game. Bell taking second on the first error of the season committed by Nick Gorneau in right field. Eventually, Bell would then score on a base hit to left by Chip Hombres, and that made it a 4-1 ball game. Then Bell launched a solo home run off of Wilhite in the 6th inning to left field, and that made it 5-1. The Bees did close the gap in the 8th inning as Ryan Buddy doubled, moved to third on a ground out, scored when Eric Ibar hit a chopper off the plate that was fielded by the pitcher Luke Hudson, who then airmailed it over the head of the first baseman Alejandro Prieto, scoring Buddy, moving Ibar to second, who then advanced to third on a ground out and scored on a single to right by Nick Gorneau, making the score 5-3. Henry Morales stood in as the potential tying run, but struck out swinging to end the inning. Then in the 9th, the Bees got the tying run to the plate after Mike Elward walked with 1 out, but Adam Paskovich was called out on strikes, and then Joe Nelson picked up his second save by retiring Ryan Buddy on a fly ball to the left fielder Ricky Bell. Hard hit, but right at Bell. So the Royals win it 5-3 to square up the series at 1 win apiece. Just a reminder that if the Bees pitching staff today combines to strike out 10 or more batters in a 9-inning game, Al Solio Distributors and Kendall Oil will donate $125 to the Multiple Sclerosis Society of Utah. Kendall Super D 3-engine oil, designed to give you what you need. There have been 2 so far this year, making the total donation so far $250. When we come back, we'll take a look at the Abra scoreboard. There is already 1 game underway in the major leagues, and we'll take a look at that and all the rest of the action that's on tap for today and tonight right after this 2-minute timeout here on ESPN 1230.
You can bring home more during PetSmart bonus days, so it might be smart to prepare your dog ahead of time.
Okay, Scout. I'm going to come home with more dog food than usual, but that doesn't mean we're getting another dog. You're still going to be my best 4-legged friend. I'm just stocking up. Okay, buddy?
Get more free during PetSmart bonus days, like 10% more free in select bags of Purina One dog food. A bonus for you and your pet. That's smart. PetSmart. While supplies last, see store for details.
Next.
Hi, I'd like 3 pounds of fresh salmon, and can you cut me a couple of T-bone steaks about 2 inches thick?
Yes, ma'am. Say, anyone ever tell you you look like Patricia Heaton?
Oh, thank you. She's gorgeous.
Yeah. Hey, can we marinate your steaks while you shop and suggest a recipe for the salmon?
Ooh, you had me at marinade. Thanks.
Oh, now I know who you are.
Hi,
The driver of my kid's school bus.
That's me.
Albertsons, helping make your life easier.
Oh, hi, Miss Heaton. Need help selecting produce?
Do you have any good cooking ideas for mushrooms and tomatoes?
How about pan-seared portobellos and roasted romas?
That sounds good.
Of course, you could saute shiitakes and terrine tomatoes, or braise the buttons and bake some beefsteak.
No more calls. We have a winner. You know your stuff.
I try. We do carry over 300 different kinds of fruits and vegetables.
You've been very helpful. How are you with auditions?
For quality and selection, Albertsons, helping make your life easier.
Mark Zitbar throws. Here's a swing and a high fly ball going deep to left. This may do it. Back to the wall goes Berra. It is over the fence. Home run. The Pirates win.
Classic baseball is back. The Salt Lake Bees. Now get a family pass to see the Bees this season for an incredible $199. That's only $276 per game for your entire immediate family. Call 325-BASE to get your family pass. The Salt Lake Bees. Classic baseball is back.
Now let's go back to the ballpark for more Salt Lake Bees baseball. Here's the voice of the Salt Lake Bees, Steve Klauke.
Welcome back to Rosenblatt Stadium here in Omaha, Nebraska. The Bees getting ready to take on the Royals. Let's take a look now at the Abra scoreboard. Windshield chips or cracks got you down? Let the specialist at Abra take the worry out of your glass replacement or repair. Call 1-888-USA-ABRA to schedule your appointment. All of the rest of the action in the Pacific Coast League is under the lights tonight. Fresno visits New Orleans. Iowa hosts Colorado Springs. Sacramento visits Oklahoma. Tacoma entertains Round Rock. Nashville is at Tucson. Memphis visits Las Vegas. And Portland plays host to Albuquerque. In the American League, after one inning at Rogers Center in Toronto, the Blue Jays trail Oakland 1-0 on a first-inning home run by Nick Swisher, his 11th of the year, off of Toronto starter Ted Lilly. Later on, Boston is at New York. Tim Wakefield against Sean Chacon in that one. Detroit is at Baltimore. Kenny Rogers for the Tigers and Eric Bedard for the Orioles. And the Angels take on the White Sox in Chicago with Kelvin Escobar going for the Halos, John Garland for the Pale Hose. In the National League, Arizona and Pittsburgh scheduled to start already, but they are delayed by rain right now. Later on this afternoon, Houston is at Los Angeles to take on the Dodgers. Rodriguez 4-1 for the Astros, and it'll be Derek Lowe 1-1 for the Dodgers. Later on, Milwaukee's at San Diego in another day game. Ben Hendrickson, no decisions for Milwaukee against Jake Peavy for San Diego. Also this afternoon, the Cubs are at San Francisco. Marshall against Wright, as the youngster Marshall at 2-0, not too far removed from pitching in Iowa, has to face Barry Bonds today. The Mets are at Philadelphia tonight. Florida hosts Atlanta, and Washington takes on the Reds in Cincinnati. That's your Abra scoreboard. We'll come back with today's starting lineups right after this 2-minute timeout here on ESPN 1230.
Sir, can you hear me?
Imagine you've just been in a traffic accident.
Sir, can you hear me?
And right now, the pressure of the steering wheel against your chest is preventing you from answering this question. while your smashed door is preventing the emergency crew from providing you with the help you're very much in need of.
Okay, sir, we're going to get some equipment in here and get you out of there just as quickly as possible. We need those over here right away.
Imagine the feeling of knowing this happened because you were driving dangerously, driving when you maybe shouldn't have, or allowing yourself to be distracted. Imagine hoping you'll wake up from this nightmare, but not being able to. Imagine the flashing lights and the smell of gasoline.
Sir, can you squeeze my hand?
Now, imagine why they're not bothering to ask these questions to anyone else who was in your car. Consider this a reminder. No one understands the importance of driving safely like someone who didn't. 0 fatalities. It's a goal we can all live with.
It's back, and the sequel is even hotter than the original. It's Honda's Spring into Action 2 sales event at Plaza Cycle. Honda's blockbuster sales event returns with more thrills, more savings, and more action than ever. Starring Honda's off-road competition bikes, the CRF 450X and the CRF 250X. This time, the story includes 0 down payment, 0 interest, and 0 payments until 2007 upon approved credit with your Honda card. And how about this for a plot twist? Take advantage of $150 in bonus bucks with select 2005 models and get $500 in factory-to-dealer incentives on select CRF models. Spring into Action 2. Now playing at Plaza Cycle, 1379 West, 3300 South, Salt Lake. Hurry in. You've got to move fast or get left behind. After 9 months, minimum fixed monthly payment of 2.5% original balance, 18.9% fixed APR through GE Money Bank. Bonus bucks and factory-to-dealer incentive good with purchase on selected models. Top of 53106. Other restrictions apply. See dealer for details. More Salt Lake Bees baseball coming up on ESPN 1230 AM.
Let's get you ready for today's game now by giving you the starting lineups brought to you by Salt Lake City Credit Union, above and beyond every day. First of all, for the visiting Salt Lake Bees, managed by Brian Harper, here's how he filled out his lineup card this afternoon. Leading off, the shortstop, Eric Ibar. Batting second and playing center field, Reggie Willits. Hitting third, the right fielder, Nick Gorneau. Batting cleanup, the third baseman, Mike Elward. Hitting fifth and catching, Jeff Mathis. Batting sixth, the first baseman, Kendry Morales. Hitting seventh and playing left field, Curtis Pride. Batting eighth, the designated hitter, Ryan Buddy. And hitting ninth is the second baseman, Casey Smith. Pitching for the Bees will be right-hander Jared Weaver. For the homestanding Omaha Royals, managed by Mike Jershell, who will manage the PCL team in the AAA All-Star game at Toledo in July. Leading off, the second baseman, Ruben Gotay. Batting second, the first baseman, Alejandro Prieto. Hitting third and catching, Paul Phillips. Batting cleanup, the right fielder, Chad Allen. Hitting fifth and playing third base, Mark Teahan. Hitting sixth, the designated hitter, Mike Aviles. Batting seventh, the left fielder, D. Brown. Batting eighth and playing center field, Chip Ambres. And batting ninth is the shortstop, Andres Blanco. Pitching for Omaha will be right-hander Kyle Snyder. It's the Bees and the Royals in a Thursday matinee. We'll be back with the first pitch in just a few moments. You've been in the On Deck Circle on ESPN 1230.
This has been the On Deck Circle, a comprehensive look at today's game. The first pitch is right around the corner, so stay tuned. Salt Lake Bees baseball is coming up next on your home for the Salt Lake Bees. ESPN 1230 AM.
Salt Lake City Credit Union is a guaranteed home run with personalized service and the best rates in town. Salt Lake City Credit Union offers a full menu of financial services, including business services and SBA loans, mortgages, free checking and debit cards, auto loans, and online banking. With 7 locations throughout the valley, they're big enough to provide you with everything you need from a financial institution, and they're small enough to give you the friendly, individualized service you deserve. You owe it to yourself to have an account at Salt Lake City Credit Union, above and beyond every day.
Eligibility and membership required. Federally insured by NCUA.
Med1 Medical. Med1 Medical.
Are you using the same smelly mask and tubing that you got when you started? Masks and tubing should be replaced regularly. You won't believe how much nicer it is to breathe in a new mask. It's healthier, too. Call Med1 today at 800-248-5882. With a new mask, you'll have fewer colds and sore throats. Do you snore when you're wearing your CPAP? If your CPAP is working as it should, you should never snore when you have the CPAP machine on. An old, worn-out mask causes leaks and will not allow your CPAP CPAP machine to operate at the correct pressure. Schedule an appointment to visit our sleep laboratory and bring your CPAP machine, and we'll do a free pressure check and give you a free CPAP tube. Sign up for our Sleep Smart Gold maintenance program, and your first mask is free. Call 800-248-5882.
Med One Medical. Med One Medical.
SOS Staffing Services is a proud sponsor of Bees baseball. Just like the Salt Lake Bees, SOS is Utah's hometown team. Based in Salt Lake City for over 32 years, SOS has 27 strategically placed Utah offices to draft Utah's top talent. SOS specializes in direct placement, temp to hire, and temporary employment in fields such as administrative, technical, production assembly, labor, and many more. So the next time your business needs a pinch hitter or a top draft pick, call SOS Staffing Services.
The starting pitchers are ready. The lineups have been exchanged. And the hot dogs are ready to go. It's time to play ball. Salt Lake Bees baseball is on the air. Now let's go to the ballpark. Here's the voice of the Salt Lake Bees, Steve Klauke.
Well, once again, a very pleasant good day to you, and welcome to Salt Lake Bees baseball. Hopefully it's nice and warm where you are, because it isn't here in Omaha. Cold, blustery day, gray day, temperature right around 51 degrees right now, but feeling a lot chillier than that, with a strong wind out of the northwest at 22 miles per hour, gusting to 28 right now. The Bees of the Royals in Game 3 of the series have seen each team win once. The Bees winning the first game on Tuesday, 5-2. The Royals winning last night, 5-3. Let's take you around the Omaha defensive alignment as they've taken the field for today's game. D. Brown in left, Chip Andres in center, and Chad Allen in right. Mark T. in at third, Andres Blanco at short, Ruben Gotay at second base, and Alejandro Prieto is over at first. The battery of Kyle Snyder pitching, and Paul Phillips catching. For Snyder, this will be his sixth appearance and his fifth start for Omaha. In 29 innings, he's given up 30 hits, 14 runs, 11 of which have been earned. An amazing strikeout-to-walk ratio. He's fanned 24 while walking only 1. He's hit a batter, thrown 1 wild pitch, and surrendered 2 home runs. Despite the impressive numbers, he's 0-1, but with a 3.41 earned run average, he has earned a save, and the PCL is batting .268 against the 6'8", 220-pound right-hander, originally from Houston, Texas, now called Scottsdale, Arizona home, right-hander Kyle Snyder. So we're ready to go. Sit back, relax, and enjoy on this Thursday afternoon here, still morning in Salt Lake City. And leading things off will be the shortstop, Eric Ibar, batting .291, 6 doubles, 2 triples, 3 homers, and 20 runs batted in. First pitch on the way, and it's a fastball high ball, 1 and we're underway. Ibar 1 for 8 with a double so far in this series. The third baseman teeing in on the grass to guard against a potential bunt. Snyder ready in the 1-0. An off-speed pitch that misses outside, ball 2. 2-0 the count. Manager Brian Harper in the coach's box at third. Jim Edford over at first base. Outfield playing Ibar to pull towards right. Part of that has to do with the wind. The pitch pulled down the right field line. Chad Allen a long run. Will he get there? No, but it lands foul as the wind pushed it beyond the stripe and up against the sidewall down near the Bees bullpen. So the count on Ibar, 2 balls and a strike. A symmetrical ballpark here at Rosenblatt Stadium, the annual home of the College Baseball World Series. 335 down the lines and 408 to straightaway center field as Ibar apparently broke his bat on that ball and had to go back to the dugout to get a new piece of lumber. So 2 balls, 1 strike to count. Omaha in their home whites with the blue numerals trimmed in red. The Bees wearing their road grays with the black numerals and lettering trimmed in gold. Eric Ibar, Reggie Willits, and Nick Gorneau due up here in the top of the first inning for the Bees. Snyder ready. Ibar is 2. The 2-1 pitch misses outside at the knees for ball 3. 3-1 the count. Again, the Bees come in at 20-12, 1 1/2 games ahead of second place Portland in the Pac North. Now the 3-1 delivery. Swung on, grounded right at the second baseman Gotay, who gobbles it up and fires it over to first for the out. So Ibar retired, 1 away, and that'll bring up the center fielder, Reggie Willits. Willits batting .316, 5 doubles, 2 triples, 1 homer, 15 runs batted in. 2 for 6 with a pair of RBI in this series, both of them coming in Game 1 on Tuesday night. So Eric Ibar is struggling a bit as of late, certainly here on this trip. Rounds out to start off the ball game, and now here's Willits. Again, the corner net in to guard against the bunt as Reggie takes the strike at the knees, 0-1. Kyle Snyder, at one time a highly regarded prospect in the Kansas City organization, but his progress has been slowed considerably by injury. The 0-1 pitch, outside at the knees, a ball, 1-1. He was a first-round pick in 1999 out of the University of North Carolina. 7th selection overall in that year's draft. Now the line in the 1-1. Willits takes low and away to the left-hand batter. Ball 2. 2-1 the count. Missed most of 2001 and all of 2002 with a sore elbow that eventually led to Tommy John surgery. Then missed all of last year to repair a torn labrum in his right shoulder. The 2-1 pitch. Willits swings and he fouls it back. That one up onto the roof here at Rosenblatt Stadium, and the count's even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. He has appeared in 28 games, 18 of them starts with Kansas City during the 03 and 05 seasons, going 2-9 for KC. Now the 2-2 pitch, Willits takes outside, ball 3. So the count on Reggie is full at 3-2. Snyder making his first ever appearance against Salt Lake. Now the big right-hander's payoff pitch. Swinging a foul as Willits gets a piece of it and sends it back to the base of the screen. So we'll do it again at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Gray, cold afternoon. The lights are on here at Rosenblatt Stadium. Netman from Salt Lake bundled up down the right field line in his sweatshirt, but he's still wearing shorts. 3-2 payoff pitch is a fastball outside. He walked him. So Willits aboard with a 1-out walk, and that'll bring up Nick Gorneau. Willits probably the best eye among all the Salt Lake batters. He has now drawn 13 walks, which is top on the team, as a little gap in the clouds provides a brief glimpse of the sun here at Rosenblatt Stadium. They said it was going to clear up, but usually not until about 4 or 5 o'clock here in Omaha, but maybe it's going to break up a little early and the sun can warm us up a little bit. 1 on, 1 out. The first pitch to Gorneau. Swing and a foul back to the base of the screen. Strike 1. Gorneau 2 for 8 with a run batted in so far in this series. Leads the team with 24 RBI. Series wraps up tomorrow night, 6:05 Mountain Time, with Dustin Mosley with his 5-1 record taking the mound against right-hander Adam Bernero, 1-1. Bernero pitched for the Atlanta Braves last year. Snyder steps off and tosses to first, and Willits dives back in safely. Outfield shaded towards right for Nick, who has a lot of power to the alley in right center field, and that's where they're playing him. Infield is a double play depth behind Snyder, who delivers the 0-1 pitch. Fastball up and in as Gorneau leans back out of the way, and that evens the count at 1-1. As you can hear the wind whistling through our crowd mic down below. And you can also probably hear a lot of school kids here on a Thursday afternoon. Willits again, a good-sized lead at first base. Snyder sets the pitch. Curveball foul back to the base of the screen again, and the count's 1-2. Willits with 8 stolen bases, second on the ball club. He's been thrown out 3 times. One of those last night when he left first base too soon and was picked off by Yarnall, technically a caught stealing, 1-3-6. One and two the count on Gorneau. Bundled up with the long sleeves, batting gloves on both hands. Now Snyder ready to step off on the throw to first, and back in safely is Willits. Ballpark here on the south and east side of Omaha, not too far from the Missouri River that separates Nebraska from Iowa. The world-famous Omaha Zoo right next door. Throw to first base again, and Willits dives back in safely. As I mentioned the other day, all those animals at the zoo to our east. Fortunately, over the years, we've never had to deal with an easterly breeze. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch. Low and inside with a slider, and the count's even at 2 balls and 2 strikes on Nick Corneau, with Mike Elward hitting cleanup for the first time on deck. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Blanco at shortstop, folding his arms underneath his armpits to try to keep his hands warm. The 2-2 pitch. Willits takes off, swing and a miss with a curveball for the strikeout. The throw goes into center field. Willits gets up, heads for third, and he'll get there without a play. So Corneau strikes out. It'll be a stolen base for Willits, his 9th of the year, and he'll take third on a throwing error by the catcher, Paul Phillips. Phillips' 5th error of the year, and so now the Bees have the potential first run of the game over at third with 2 out for Mike Elward, batting .313. 1 double, 1 homer, 3 runs batted in, 2 for 6 with that home run yesterday, his first career AAA blast. He had hit 5 in 26 games for AA Arkansas at the time of his promotion. Snyder from the stretch with a runner at third, 2 out, and the curveball is low, ball 1. 1-0 the count on Elward. Salt Lake leading the all-time series with Omaha, 36-30. Last year they won 3 out of 4, which came as a result of back-to-back doubleheaders after the first 2 games were rained out. The 1-0 pitch. Slider low and outside to the right-hand batter, ball 2. 2-0 the count. He's trying to get on the board first. They lead the league in runs scored, averaging 6.2 per game. Snyder set the 2-0. Elward takes a strike at the knees. A breaking ball, 2-1. They have scored 2 or less runs on only 2 occasions this year. They've been shut out once. That was a 1-0 loss at Tacoma on April the 28th. Now Snyder set the glance towards third and the pitch. Swing and a miss at a breaking ball, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count on Elward. Willits the go-ahead run at third with 2 out here in the top of the first inning, no score. Outfield shaded towards right. The infield is back. Now Elward steps out as Snyder steps off. Elward was hitting .365 for Arkansas at the time of his promotion. The 2-2 delivery from Snyder. Curveball just outside at the knees, ball 3. So he's gone to 3 balls and a count to 3 out of the 4 batters faced. A full count on 2 of the 4. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Willett steps off his lead at third. Snyder ready, and the payoff pitch. Fastball runs inside of the right-hand batter, and that's ball 4. The second walk of the inning issued by Snyder. And he had come into this game with only 1 walk issued in his first 29 innings of work. I've got to think that maybe you're a little bit off balance out there with this blustery wind that we're experiencing here in Omaha today. So Willits at third, Elward at first with 2 out for Jeff Mathis, batting .348, 3 doubles, 2 runs batted in. Mathis has hit safely in all 6 games he's played in so far in a Salt Lake uniform. 3 for 8 with a pair of doubles in this series. So now it's Mathis with a chance to put the Bees out in front. Snyder's first pitch, and Mathis swings and pops it up down the right field line. The ball will drift foul and out of the reach of the first baseman, Prieto, with his back to the infield trying to chase it down, but the wind blew it away from him, and it's strike 1 on Jeff Mathis. Most of the Bees relievers trying to stay warm somewhere other than the bullpen. Looking down there, there's only one member of the relief corps sitting down in that bullpen. But he is bundled up. I just can't identify him right now. 1 strike the count. Omaha bullpen is filled, but their bullpen, the wind is blocked by the stands. The 0-1 delivery. Curveball drops in for a strike, and now Mathis is in the hole, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes to count on Jeff, with runners at first and third, 2 out, as the Bees try to draw first blood here this afternoon. Snyder ready, the 2-strike pitch. Elward goes, and the pitch is cued foul off the end of the bat towards the first base dugout and beyond. So the count remains 0-2 as Mike Elward heads back to first base. He's second in the league with 43 stolen bases, but they lead the league with 26 runners thrown out trying to steal. Now Snyder ready, and again the 2-strike pitch. Elward doesn't go, and the curveball is a called third strike on the outside corner at the knees, and that retires the side. No runs, no hits, a couple of walks, 1 error, and 2 runners were left on base. After the first half inning, it's the Bees nothing, and Omaha's coming to bat on ESPN 1230.
You already know that R.C. Willey is the place to shop for quality home furnishings, but you may not know that R.C. Willey also works hard to provide solutions for you in your home. With same-day delivery, there's no need to wait. R.C. Willey's professional sales associates will answer your questions and help you find exactly what you need. In-store financing means you deal directly with us. By providing an incredible selection of merchandise, it's easy to find your individual taste and style. Find your solutions today at R.C. Willey. One place, so many possibilities.
It's coming, and it's coming fast. The world's greatest riders on the world's fastest motorcycles, escaping danger at every turn. It's the AMA Superbike Championship at Miller Motorsports Park. Miller Motorsports Park delivers Utah onto the stage of world-class racing with the inaugural Honda Summit of Speed AMA Superbike Championship, presented by Parts Unlimited. See this thrilling race Friday, June 16th through Sunday, June 18th. See every hair-raising turn on the newest, longest, and finest racetrack ever built in North America. Plus, you'll witness AMA Supermoto riders competing in a high-flying aerial assault that will have you holding your breath. Tickets are on sale now through Ticketmaster or by calling 325-SEAT. That's 325-SEAT. The Honda Summit of Speed AMA Superbike Championship, June 16th through the 18th at the brand new Miller Motorsports Park in Tooele. It'll make your heart race. For more details, visit MillerMotorsportsPark.com.
Now more Salt Lake Bees baseball on ESPN 1230 AM. Here's Steve Klauke.
We go to the bottom of the first inning, no scores. The Bees threaten but do not cash in on a couple of bases on balls issued by starter Kyle Snyder. For Salt Lake defensively, Curtis Pride's in left, Reggie Willits in center, and Nick Cornell's in right. Mike Elward at third, Eric Ibar at short. Casey Smith at second, and Kendry Morales is at first. A battery of Jared Weaver pitching, and Jeff Mathis catching. For Weaver, this will be his 7th appearance, his 6th start. In 35 innings, he's given up 32 hits, 13 runs, of which all have been earned. He has struck out a league-leading 46 batters while walking 6. He's hit 2. He's not thrown a wild pitch and surrendered 4 home runs. Weaver is 2-1 with a 3.34 earned run average. The PCL hitting .241 against the big 6'7" right-hander Jared Weaver, facing Ruben Gotay, who leads it off. And takes a fastball in for a strike, 0-1. Gotay hitting .246. 5 doubles, 4 homers, and 12 runs batted in. 1 for 7 with a 2-run home run in this series. The 0-1 delivery, fastball inside at the belt, and that evens the count at 1-1. Weaver with a low 90s 4-seam fastball, a high 80s 2-seamer that sinks, a slider, and a changeup. The 1-1 delivery, fastball just a little bit low, 2-1. Gotay to be followed by Alejandro Prieto and Paul Phillips. Elward in on the edge of the grass at third as Weaver delivers the 2-1. Swung on, lifted in the air towards left. Curtis Pride coming in, still coming in, and has to backhand the ball just below the belt line for out number 1 as the wind started to knock that ball down. So Gotay retired, 1 away, and that'll bring up the first baseman, Alejandro Prieto. Batting .212, 2 doubles, a homer, and 1 run batted in, 2 for 7 in this series. Prieto, this is the 5th different season in his career that he has faced Salt Lake pitching. Pitch on the way, a fastball, belt high but outside, ball 1. His best year was 2001 when he hit .313, 15 for 48 against Salt Lake. The 1-0. There's a fastball in at the knees for a strike, 1-1. Outfield traded towards right for Prieto as the 1-1 comes home. Swung on, line center field. Well, it's drifting back, draws a beat on it, stops and makes the shoulder high catch for out number 2. The 2-fly ball out. Unless you hit the ball in the air to right field, it's not going to go anywhere today. Or so it would seem. Maybe a low line drive to left, but that's about it. Here's Paul Phillips, the catcher, hitting .260, 3 doubles, 3 homers, 7 runs batted in. He started off that big 4-run rally in the 4th inning for Omaha yesterday with a bunt single. Said he wanted to do something to get things going offensively for Omaha, and that bunt was it. First pitch on the way, a fastball that slices the outside corner at the belt for a strike, and it's 0-1. Phillips, right-handed batting catcher, facing the right-hander Jared Weaver, who steps off from the far third base side of the rubber, and the 0-1 pitch is a strike on the inside corner at the knees, 0-2. 0 balls, 2 strikes to count. Wind hasn't let up, and there's probably no indication that it's going to. There's a high wind warning in some counties in Iowa to our east where they're expecting winds in the 40-mile-per-hour plus range. 0-2 pitch is swung on and foul. That one looks like it banged off the mask of the home plate umpire, and so the count remains 0-2. And the Angels, the Bees parent club, at Chicago, the rubber game of a 3-game series after the Halos won last night, breaking open a 1-run game with a 6-run 9th inning. Now the 2-strike delivery. Fastball high, ball 1. 1-2 the count. Despite the trials and tribulations that the Angels have gone through lately, they're still only 3.5 games out of first place in the American League West. The 1-2 offering a changeup outside, 2-2. Make that 3 games behind Oakland and Texas in the American League West. Seattle in last 3.5 back, as nobody has been able to break away from the pack yet. The 2-2 delivery to Phillips. Long on, popped up foul, first base side. The wind will blow this one well behind the Bees dugout, about 4 rows back. So we'll do it again at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Yankees and Red Sox tied for first in the AL East with Toronto 2 back. Chicago leads second place Detroit by 2.5 in the Central. In the National League East, the Mets lead the Phillies by 4. Cincinnati leads St. Louis by a half game in the Central. Houston 3 back. Milwaukee trails by 5. The 2-2 pitch to Phillips again. Fastball inside as he jackknifes to get out of the way of ball 3. So the count full at 3-2. And in the West, Colorado surprising everybody. In first place by a half game over Arizona. 1.5 up on San Diego. 2.5 better than the Dodgers. 3.5 ahead of San Francisco. 3-2 payoff pitch. Swing and a foul. As Phillips just gets a piece of it to stay alive. That ball banging off the glove of the catcher Jeff Mathis. Dodgers all of a sudden playing inspired baseball. They've won 5 in a row. Padres have won 10 of their last 11. 3-2 pitch again to Phillips. Swung on, grounded foul through the coach's box at third as he was out in front of an off-speed pitch. Jared Weaver snapping at the ball as it's thrown back to him by Jeff Mathis. He thought he had made a good pitch on that changeup, but Phillips out in front of it was still able to put the bat on the ball and stay alive. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The payoff pitch again. Lined into left field, a base hit just over the glove of the third baseman Mike Elward, and so Paul Phillips is aboard with the first hit of the ball game. So 1-2 out for Chad Allen, the right fielder. Allen batting .304, 9 doubles, 4 triples, 5 homers, and 27 runs batted in for the former Buzz outfielder. Those 27 RBI putting him in 7th place in the PCL. Willie Ibar, Eric's brother of Las Vegas, leads with 33, but he was promoted to the Dodgers yesterday. First pitch to Chad Allen is a little bit low, ball 1. Maybe one of the tallest matchups we've ever seen in the PCL among starting pitchers, with Weaver at 6'7" and Snyder at 6'8". Now Weaver from the stretch. The 1-0 pitch. Swung on, chop, flag down as Weaver used all that 6-7 and makes the underhand toss to first to retire Allen in the side here in the first as he went up high to pull that one in. No runs, 1 hit, 1 runner left on base. At the end of 1, there's no score in Omaha here on ESPN 1230.
Papa John himself to tell you about Papa John's specialty pizza.
A specialty pizza with an unexpected taste. That's the way I like it. Choose any of our specialty pizzas like Hawaiian barbecue chicken, the works, the meat, or garden fresh. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John.
Limited delivery area, charges may apply.
It's the news you want, from the team you want, when you want. 2 News at 9 on KJAZ 14, with 2 News anchors Shauna Lake and Mark Cobell.
Your 9 o'clock news leader is now a number higher.
2 News at 9 on KJAZ. All the news in half the time.
Plus, meteorologist Roland Stedham with your fresh air forecast and exclusive Storm Tracker real-time radar. And sports from the Talkin' Sports team. Tonight, turn on the team taking 9 o'clock news to a whole new level.
2 News at 9 on KJAZ. Fresh air 7 nights a week.
And soon, that won't be all the great news on KJAZ.
Welcome, everyone, to 2 News at 4 o'clock. It's
Utah's first and favorite early afternoon news is on the move at the end of May.
You have changes brewing.
Watch for 2 News at 4 coming to KJAZ 14 starting May 29th. Still, your first view of all the day's news.
The endless battle for firefighters.
With Christina Floyd.
Some breaking news at this time.
Fields Mosley and your fresh air forecast from Debbie Wortham.
We'll start out even nicer than we are right now.
Remember the move. 2 News at 4 p.m. on KJAZ 14 starts May 29th.
Now back to more Salt Lake Bees baseball with Steve Klauke on ESPN 1230 AM.
We go to the second inning, no score. Kendry Morales, Curtis Pride, and Ryan Buddy, the 6, 7, and 8 hitters, due up in the Salt Lake batting order to face Kyle Snyder. Don't forget, all kids 14 and under can stop by the Larry H. Miller Chevrolet location at 5650 South State Street in Murray and enter to win a chance to be the honorary bat kid at an upcoming Bees home game. Larry H. Miller Chevrolet, after all, you know this guy. Curtis Pride on deck as Kendry Morales steps in, hitting .241, 3 doubles, a triple, 3 homers, and 15 runs batted in for Kendry. First pitch from Snyder is pulled on the right side and through the legs of Ruben Gotay into right field. Second game in a row that a Bees batter has hit a ground ball that's gone right through the wicket on Ruben Gotay. And so Morales aboard on what is the second error of the game already for the Omaha Royals. They have now committed 42 this year, and this is their 33rd game. Comparatively, the Bees have played the same number of games and committed just 28. So now here's Curtis Pride hitting .224, 4 doubles, a homer, and 8 runs batted in. Curtis closing in on 1,200 hits in his minor league career. Needs just 22 more. There's a swing and a foul. That one knocks the mask off the face of the catcher Paul Phillips for strike 1. Curtis 1 for 4 with a double and a run batted in here in game 1. Sat out yesterday's game with a left-hander starting. Snyder's last outing ended up in a no decision at Round Rock on May the 6th. Pitch on the way. Pride swings and lines one to left field. Drifting back on it, D. Brown now comes in a step, and he'll make the Bill of the Cap high catch for out number 1. So Pride retired, 1 away. That'll bring up the designated hitter, Ryan Buddy. Buddy batting .190, 4 doubles, 2 homers, and 9 runs batted in. 1 for 4 with a double last night. Snyder in that outing against Round Rock worked 8 solid innings, gave up 3 runs on 6 hits with 7 strikeouts and no walks. But again was not involved in the decision. So Morales at first with 1 out. The infield at double play depth. Pitch on the way, and Buddy takes a strike, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. 2 more patches of blue above, but still primarily a cloudy afternoon here in Omaha. Snyder ready. The pitch. Swinging a ground ball foul past the third base dugout, and the count's 0-2. Tonight here in Omaha, they're having their annual big, one of their 2 big banquets. This one put on by a local Catholic church, a sports banquet. One of the honorees tonight will be the recipient of the Dave Blackwell Scholarship, something that they put in about 5 years ago. The late Dave Blackwell was very proud of. 0-2 pitch. Buddy pulls one down the left field line. Hooking foul down into the Omaha bullpen. So we'll do it again at 0-2. For years, Dave would fly back here from Salt Lake City to MC a couple of banquets. Very popular as a television sportscaster here and analyst on Nebraska football in the early 70s. The 0-2. Curveball low and outside, and the count's 1-2. When Jack McKeon, the manager of the world champion Marlins not too long ago, was a manager here at the Omaha Royals, there was a day in which, apparently on the 10 o'clock news the night before, Dave said something less than nice about the Omaha Royals ball club. His buddy takes the curveball low, 2-2. It was less than complimentary. And so Trader Jack, as he's known, invited Dave down here to the ballpark, and Dave came down to Jack's office, and the next thing you knew, he was being tied up and dropped into the shower by about 3 or 4 players. The 2-2 pitch on the way. Fastball pulled on the ground towards third. Tien's got it over to second for one. Go Ties relay to first in time for the ending inning. Around the horn, 5-4-3 double play. No runs, no hits. One error, nobody left on base. We go to the bottom of the second. It's the Bees nothing and Omaha nothing on ESPN 1230.
In my mind, I envision delicately crunchy greens, warm orange glazed chicken, crisp snow peas nestled next to tender edamame and sweet succulent mandarin oranges. My mind drifts as I add rich, ripe red peppers, toasted almonds, and finish it all off with a light sesame ginger dressing. Newman's Own low-fat variety. McDonald's new Asian salad, one of 4 premium salads, is now a delicious reality. I'm loving it at participating McDonald's.
Before you try McDonald's premium roast coffee and a warm-tasting McGriddles breakfast sandwich, there's something you should know. These 2 items have a way of bringing everything into life-affirming focus. It's Megan.
Hi.
Megan had a fresh brewed premium roast and McGriddles for the first time today.
And that's when I found out I'm a talented singer-songwriter and a natural blonde.
Well, she is a singer-songwriter.
I'm going to start every day this way.
McGriddles and premium roast coffee, richer and bolder than our previous blend. Wake up and smell your life.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Okay, I didn't actually write that.
I participate in McDonald's.
Dreaming of owning your own home? Cypress Credit Union would like to make your dream a reality with fantastic rates on low-fee construction and mortgage loans. Visit cypresscu.com or speak to a mortgage specialist at 260-7600. We'll help you determine your home buying power and the loan that best fits your needs. Mention this ad and we'll waive the $175 processing fee when you get your mortgage.
Cypress Credit Union. Your future is our future.
Equal housing lender.
Now let's go back to the ballpark for more Salt Lake Bees baseball. Here's the voice of the Salt Lake Bees, Steve Klauke.
All right, we go to the bottom of the second inning. 0-0 our score. It'll be Mark T. and Mike Aviles and D. Brown, the 5, 6, and 7 hitters, due up in the Omaha batting order to face right-hander Jared Weaver. Don't forget to be on the lookout the next time the Bees are at home for the Albertsons triple play for charity. If the Bees pull off a triple play at home, Albertsons donates $1,000 worth of groceries to the Utah Food Bank. Albertsons, a proud sponsor of the Salt Lake Bees. Showing bunt is T, and he takes a strike at the knees, 0-1. Ian batting .091 with 1 double since being sent down from Kansas City. Of course, Albertsons donated the $1,000 worth of groceries to the food bank after the triple play on May 1st at Franklin Covey Field as Tian fouls a fastball back and the count's 0-2. Tian, a first-round sandwich picked by Oakland in 2002 out of St. Mary's College in California. The 0-2 pitch. Fastball high 1-2. He was the A's compensation pick for the loss of Johnny Damon, who had then signed as a free agent with the Red Sox. Of course, Damon also spent some time, I believe, in the Kansas City organization. 1-2 pitch on the way from Weaver. Swing and a miss at a fastball. He struck him out. Jared Weaver with his first punch out of the afternoon. Adding to his league-leading total, that's his 47th of the year. And that is in 36 1/3 innings. Here's Mike Aviles, the DH, batting .267, 7 doubles, 2 homers, 13 runs batted in. Had the big 2-run double yesterday who put the Royals out in front in the fourth inning and put them ahead to stay. Pitch on the way, a fastball high, ball one. 1-0 the count. Weaver likes to work quickly, and the 1-0 pitch comes home. Swing and a miss at a fastball, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike to Aviles, the number 23 prospect in the Kansas City organization by Baseball America. The 1-1 delivery. Fastball popped up foul, first base side. Morales chasing it down near the tarp, makes the over-the-shoulder basket catch for out number 2. Aviles fouls out, and it's quickly 2 up, 2 down here in the Omaha second. Brings up D. Brown, the left fielder. D. Brown, boy, he has bounced around. Spent a lot of years in the Kansas City organization. Last year he was with Trenton, Harrisburg, and Vermont, 3 different Double-A teams, as well as New Orleans. He had been at Wichita, where he gets promoted today despite only 6 hits and 48 at-bats for the Wichita Wranglers. In 13 games, 2 doubles, a homer, and 5 runs batted in. Pitch on the way. Fastball at the knees, a strike 0-1. This is the first time he has faced Salt Lake pitching since 2002, when he terrorized the Stingers with a 4.03 average. There's a pitch, swung on, popped up, back at third. Elward back, fighting the sun that came out, but in foul territory, he gloves it to retire the side. So a 3 up, 3 down. Bottom of the second inning for Omaha, so we'll head to the third. It's the Bees nothing and the Royals nothing on ESPN 1230.
When it's time for your next set of tires, do you want the best tire warranty in the business? Then you should head to Big O Tires. Big O's free replacement warranty is the best in the business and gives you free services with your tires like balancing, rotating, and flat repair. Plus, with Big O Tires speed lane service, you can have your tires mounted, balanced, and on your vehicle in 20 minutes or less. Big O Tires, Utah's #1 tire store.
A reputation you can ride on. Big O Tires.
Hi, evening news? Is the anchorman there? The guy who reads the 6 o'clock news. Yeah, the blonde guy. Well, I need him to mention that I'm looking for a home. Yep, a new home. Well, that way, anyone selling in the area can call me, and we can work out a viewing around my schedule. Yeah, and I'm only available Sunday between 2 and 4. You have to mention that, would you? Thanks.
You don't need to make an announcement when you're looking for a home to buy. Coldwell Banker Residential Brokerage makes it easy to find open houses in a range of styles and prices, including new construction, giving you every advantage in finding a home. You can access information about our open houses on our website, and the more homes you view, the more likely you are to find the one that's absolutely perfect for you. If you're already searching for a home, thinking about buying, or just interested in the local real estate market, go to utahhomes.com today.
No, I'm holding for the anchorman.
To find the open houses you want to see this weekend, visit utahhomes.com. Coldwell Banker Residential Brokerage is owned and operated by NRT Incorporated.
More Salt Lake Bees baseball coming up on ESPN 1230 AM.
All right, we go to the third. 0-0 our score. Casey Smith, Eric Ibar, and Reggie Willett. The 9-1 and 2 hitters due up in the Salt Lake batting order to face right-hander Kyle Snyder. Casey batting an even 200. 3 doubles and 3 runs batted in. Came into the ball game last night for Brian Specht, who is suffering from some back spasms and is again out of the lineup here today. First pitch on the way. It's bunted by Casey. Snyder off the mound, gives way to the catcher Phillips, who throws to first and gets Smith by a half step. 1 away. Snyder came down off the hill quickly, but it was a better and easier play for the catcher Phillips, and Snyder stepped aside to let Phillips make the play for out number 1. Brings up Eric Ibar, who grounded out to second base, his first time up. Time now for our third inning update of the Abra scoreboard. First pitch to Ibar, bunts foul at the third base side, strike 1. Windshield chips or cracks got you down. Let the specialist at Abra take the worry out of your glass replacement or repair. Call 1-888-USA-ABRA to schedule your appointment. Again, all of the rest of the action in the Pacific Coast League is later on tonight. Fresno at New Orleans, cross I-80, Iowa hosts Colorado Springs. The 0-1 pitch, a fastball inside at the belt. That evens the count at 1-1. Sacramento at Oklahoma, Tacoma hosts Round Rock, Nashville visits Tucson, Las Vegas entertains Memphis, and Albuquerque is at Portland. Now the 1-1 pitch. Ibar swings, grounds one up the middle. The second baseman Gotay to his right. gloves it and makes the off-balance throw to first and safe at first base as Prieto is unable to come up with the throw. So Ibar safe at first with one out. Let's see how they rule it. Either way, Eric is on. He leads the PCL, or is tied for the league lead with Jermaine Clark of Nashville with 12 stolen bases. That is going to be ruled a throwing error on the second baseman Gotay, and that is the third error committed by Omaha already in this game, one per inning. Here's Reggie Willits, who walked, stole second, moved to third on a throwing error by the catcher Phillips, but was stranded there. Sheehan creeping in at third. Ibar a good lead at first. And that draws a throw as he dives back in safely. In the American League, Toronto now leads Oakland 5-2 in the bottom of the fourth inning. Both Oakland runs coming on solo homers by Nick Swisher, his 11th and 12th of the year. For Toronto, Troy Gloss with a 3-run home run in the third. The first pitch, swing and a miss at a breaking ball, strike one. Greg Zahn just hit his fourth of the year in the bottom of the fourth. That's where they are right now with the Blue Jays leading the A's 5-2. Later on tonight, Boston is at New York. Baltimore hosts Detroit. And the Angels visit the White Sox in the rubber game of that three-game series. Kelvin Escobar, 4-2 for the Halos. John Garland, 2-1 for the White Sox. A one-strike pitch to Willits, forthcoming from Snyder. That's a fastball outside, evening the count at 1-1. In the National League, they're still in a rain delay at Pittsburgh. The Pirates in Arizona. Later on this afternoon, 3 games of the National League. Houston at Los Angeles, where the Dodgers have won 5 in a row, and the Astros have dropped 6 straight. Milwaukee's at San Diego, and the Cubs at San Francisco. Chicago snapping an 8-game losing streak, routing the Giants 8-1 last night. 1 ball, 1 strike. Snyder ready. Ibar bluffs a move at first, and the pitch is low and outside for a ball, 2-1. Tonight in the National League, the Mets are at Philadelphia. Florida hosts Atlanta, and Washington visits Cincinnati. Bronson Arroyo going for the Reds. He's 5-1 so far for the surprising first-place Cincinnati ball club. Throw to first, and Ibar dives back in, getting the right hand in ahead of the tag at Prieto. The 2 balls, 1 strike on Willits. No score, top of the third. The Bees with a runner at first and 1 out. Now Snyder ready, the 2-1. Ibar takes off, swinging a miss at a curveball to throw to second base. And out on a head-first slide is Eric Ibar. That'll be a caught stealing, 2-6, the 7th time he's been nabbed this year. So 2 out, and the count on Willits is now even at 2 balls and 2 strikes with the bases empty. These have now attempted 81 steals this year, successful on 44, thrown out on 27. Only Nashville's attempted more. They've been successful 60 times while thrown out 22. The 2-2 pitch to Willits, swung on, lifted in the air, right center field. Hombres drifting back now over to his left to step, and he'll make the shoulder high catch to retire the side. So out of all that, no runs, no hits, an error, and nobody left on base. As we go to the bottom of the third, it remains the Bees nothing, Omaha nothing on ESPN 1230.
Attention Utah business owners. Not sure what directory to advertise in? Do they all seem the same? Phone Directories Company has the solution. From Salt Lake to St. George, we cover Utah with 15 great directories, all designed with Utah communities in mind. Our memorable covers and unique features make them the directories of choice for your customers. With affordable pricing and local sales representatives, advertising has never been easier. Let us make the difference in your business. TDC, Phone Directories Company. Great people, great books, great results. To advertise, call 1-800-228-0801.
At Abra Auto Body and Glass, we know how much you count on your vehicle. So when it needs repairs, body work, or a new windshield, where should you take it? Go to America's most recommended name in damaged vehicle repair. That's right. In an independent nationwide customer satisfaction survey, Abra Auto Body and Glass was the company most recommended to family and friends for quality of work, customer communication, and overall service. Why? Maybe it's our commitment to safety. Abra spends more to train our technicians than anyone else in the industry, and every repair meets our strict safety standards.
Maybe it's our lifetime warranty that backs up all those repairs. Or that Abra works with over 500 insurance companies nationwide to make your claims process a snap. Whatever the reason, Abra Auto Body and Glass is proud to be so highly regarded. Auto Body Repair of America. Abra, America's most recommended. Call 1-888-USA-ABRA to schedule an appointment.
Now more Salt Lake Beach baseball on ESPN 1230 AM. Here's Steve Klauke.
All right, we go to the bottom of the third. 0-0 our score. It'll be Chip Andres Blanco, and Ruben Gotay, the 8, 9, and 1 hitters due up in the Royals batting order to face right-hander Jared Weaver. Andres batting 196, 6 doubles, a triple, 1 homer, and 6 runs batted in. 3 out of 4, though, at the plate in this series. As Weaver's fastball catches the outside corner. The belt for a strike, and it's 0-1. Weaver's last outing resulted in a no decision, giving up just 1 run on 5 hits in 6 innings with 8 strikeouts and a walk against Tacoma. Fastball popped up foul behind home plate. The wind will push this one back onto the screen. And the count's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Matter of fact, Weaver's last 3 appearances have not resulted in a win or a loss. One of those was that 6 innings of relief, completing the suspended game on the 29th and 30th of April against Tacoma, in which he tied a franchise record by fanning 12 batters. Tied another record by striking out 5 in a row. Now the 0-2 pitch. Up high with the ball, 1-2 the count. These 0, Omaha 0. They changed that error on the play at first base on Ibar to an E3, saying that Prieto dropped a good throw. 1-2 pitch on the way is lifted in the air towards right center field. As the wind pushes it that way, Willits a couple of quick steps to his left, and he'll make the grab for out number 1. So Andres retired, 1 away, and that'll bring up Andres Blanco, the shortstop, hitting .283. 5 doubles, 3 triples, 1 homer, and 14 runs batted in. Blanco 1 for 8 in the series. Time now for a look at this date in Salt Lake PCL history, brought to you by Med1 Medical, the exclusive provider of Sleep Smart Gold. Med1 Medical, the sleep professionals. First, Weaver's pitch to Blanco. He shows bunt and takes a strike, 0-1. We have to go all the way back to May 11th of 1923 for our look at this date in Salt Lake PCL history. Now Weaver ready in the 0-1. Off speed and high, 1-1. The Vernon Tigers set a Pacific Coast League record for runs in one game as they rout the Bees 35-11. The combined total of 46 runs is also a PCL record, as is Vernon's 67 total bases, as Weaver misses outside, ball 2. 2-1 the count. Pete Snyder hits 5 home runs for Vernon. We'll give you the amazing part of this story in just a moment as Weaver delivers the 2-1. In at the knees, a strike, 2-2. Despite all those runs scoring, that game was played in just 2 hours, 11 minutes. That's fast. The 2-2 pitch on the way. Blanco swings and fouls a fastball back to the screen, and the count's even at 2-2. Somehow, if the Bees and Royals played a 35-11 game, it wouldn't be over with in 2 hours and 11 minutes. That's a look at this date in Salt Lake PCL history, brought to you by Med1 Medical. The 2-2 pitch to Blanco. Ball in the air down the right field line. Racing for it, Gorneau. Can't get to it. It drops in for a base hit. And Andres Blanco's aboard with a 1-out single, the second hit of the ball game, and they both belong to the Royals. To the top of the order, Ruben Gotay, who flied out to Curtis Klein in shallow left his first time up. Stop in for a free CPAP pressure check and free tubing. Med1 Medical, 10712 South 13th East in Sandy. So 1 on, 1 out for Omaha here in the bottom of the third. Just a little floater down the right field line that dropped in for Blanco. Throw to first and gets the right hand in ahead of the tag of Kendry Morales. Blanco 0 for 1 in the stolen base department this season. At the various levels he was at last year, he was 4 out of 8. There he goes. The pitch is inside. Mathis throw on the money, and Blanco is an easy out at second base. Jeff Mathis throws him out, caught stealing 2-6. So 2 outs and the base is empty in a 1-ball count. on Ruben Gotay. Since coming back to the Salt Lake level, that's the first caught stealing for Mathis in 3 attempts. The 1-0 delivery, low and inside to the left-hand batter with a curveball, and that puts the count at 2-0. Now Weaver ready, the 2-0 pitch. Swinging a ground ball, back to first. Morales handles the shoulder-high second bounce and takes it 3 steps to the bag for the out, and that retires Gotay in the side. No runs, 1 hit, nobody left on base. We've played 3 innings here at Rosenblatt. The Bees nothing, Omaha nothing on ESPN 1230.
Salt Lake City Credit Union is a guaranteed home run with personalized service and the best rates in town. Salt Lake City Credit Union offers a full menu of financial services, including business services and SBA loans, mortgages, free checking and debit cards, auto loans, and online banking. With 7 locations throughout the valley, they're big enough to provide you with everything you need from a financial institution, and they're small enough to give you the friendly, individualized service you deserve. You owe it to yourself to have an account at Salt Lake City Credit Union, above and beyond every day.
Eligibility and membership required. Federally insured by NCUA.
For more than 25 years, there's been a guy you've trusted, a guy you've known, Larry H. Miller. Since 1979, when Larry H. Miller opened his first automotive dealership, he's had one primary goal in mind, to make our communities grow stronger and better by offering the very best in quality, service, selection, and price. And since that day, nearly 3 decades ago, you've been there to help the Larry H. Miller dealerships become one of the largest and most respected dealership groups in the entire country. And for that, we say thank you. Today, you can choose to shop at more than a dozen of our automotive dealerships along the Wasatch Front, almost all of which feature dealership service centers on site. We also have 3 state-of-the-art collision repair facilities to serve you. We know that we could not continue to grow our business without yours. So when it comes to your next car, there's a guy you know who cares about values, honor, integrity, and trust. Larry H. Miller. After all, you know this guy.
Now back to more Salt Lake Bees baseball with Steve Klauke on ESPN 1230 AM.
We go to the 4th inning, no score. The Bees still looking for their first hit. The Royals have 2. It'll be Nick Gorneau, Mike Elward, and Jeff Mathis, the 3, 4, and 5 hitters, as the sun is now shining brightly here in Omaha, but still cool and windy here in Omaha. Nick Gorneau to lead things off, struck out swinging his first time up. Bees nothing, Royals nothing. The only afternoon game in the Pacific Coast League today. There were 3 yesterday, but again, some daytime action in the major leagues. 1 underway, 1 delayed by rain, and 3 later on. First pitch on the way. Gorneau takes a breaking ball in at the knees for a strike, and it's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Now Snyder's pitch. Fastball driven in the air to right center field. Hombres going back. It's up there. It's out there, and it is gone. Into the bleachers in right center field. A home run for Nick Gorneau. And the Bees draw first blood. They lead it 1-0. Gorneau hit that ball well and got it up into the jet stream, and that landed about 5 rows up in right center field. As soon as it left the bat, Hombres, the center fielder, took a couple of steps back and then stopped and watched it sail over the barrier. And for Gorneau, that is his 5th home run of the season and his 25th run batted in. So the Bees with a 1-0 lead. That's the 3rd home run given up by Snyder this year. And the fastball inside, ball 1, and for Gorneau. He's closing in on a milestone. I believe he needs only 7 more runs batted in for 400 in his career. 1-0 pitch is a breaking ball low, and the count's 2-0 to Mike Elward, who walked his first time up. Again, Gorneau last year led the PCL with 108 RBI. Now the 2-0 offering, swing and a miss at a breaking ball. 2-1 the count on Elward. As we double-check the numbers, yes, Gorneau actually now needs 7 runs batted in for 400 in his minor league career. Now the pitch. Fastball grounded through the middle and into center field, a base hit. Mike Elward aboard with a single, hit number 2 for the Bees. And that'll bring up Jeff Mathis, who was called out on strikes his first time up. So the home run by Gourneau, followed by the single from Elward, with the Bees leading 1-0 here in the fourth. A win today would guarantee their 8th non-losing series out of 9 played. In the first 8, they've won 6, lost 1, and split 1. The loss and split were both on the road. They lost 3 out of 4 in the second road series of the season at Las Vegas. And they also, at the end of April, had that split in Tacoma. So Elward at first base, nobody out. Snyder's pitch to Mathis. Fastball, pop foul. Coming back and out of play to the right of the screen, the first base side, and the count's 0-1. Again, Mathis comes in, having hit safely at all 6 games since being sent down by the Angels. Infield, a double play depth for Snyder. Jeff was batting just 103, 4 for 39 in an Angels uniform with 1 double, 1 homer, and 3 RBI. Now Snyder ready. The strike pitch. Swinging a ground ball to third. T in charging, gloving. His only play will be to first, and he gets it there in time for the out. Elward takes second base on the play. 1 away here in the fourth, and that'll bring up Kendry Morales, who hit a ground ball that snuck through the legs of Ruben Gotay at second base for an error. So Morales standing in, batting in the number 6 spot today. He's hit 6th, 4th, and 5th this year. Elward out at second base with 1 out. Snyder ready to pitch. Curveball, and it's an ease for a strike, and it's 0-1. Ryan Harper, the Bees manager, coaching at third base. Jim Epford at first, all bundled up in their Bees jackets. A 1 strike delivery to Kendry. Swing and a miss and an 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes as he went after a high fastball. Still 1 guy sitting in the Bees bullpen. Now he's got a towel over his head and a towel around his legs, but he's out there and he's so covered up I can't tell who it is. Now the 2 strike pitch. Morales takes a little bit low, ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Curtis Pride due next. Snyder up on top of the hill, set. The wind flapping his sleeve in the breeze. The pitch. Curveball into the dirt, gets away from Phillips, and onto third base goes Elward. That'll be a wild pitch on Snyder. His second of the year. So now the count on Morales is even at 2-2, and Elward now 90 feet away with 1 out. Mike Churchill, the Omaha manager, brings his infield in all the way around, with Elward at third and 1 out. Snyder set. The 2-2 to Morales. Swung on and flared down the left field line, slicing towards the stripe, but it lands in fair territory. In to score is Elward. Morales will hold it first with an RBI single, and it's now 2-0 Salt Lake. That was a case, I think, where the wind may have kept that ball in fair territory, as it landed just about 2 feet on the good side of the strike for the Bees. And so Morales picked up his 16th run batted in, and Salt Lake now with a 2-run 4th inning to take a 2-0 lead. Now here's Curtis Pride, who flied out to D. Brown and left, his first time up. I don't think Morales thought that ball was going to land fair. He was very slow out of the box. He probably should have had a double on that one. There's a fastball in for a strike, 0-1. So a 2 spot here for the Bees in the 4th inning. Morales at first, being held on by Prieto. Now Snyder's pitch. Curtis takes low and away from the left-handed batter, and that evens the count at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Snyder at 6-8. We mentioned he's played for Kansas City. That makes him the tallest player in Kansas City Royals history. The 1-1 pitch. Clyde takes the fastball high, ball 2. 2-1 the count. Last year, Snyder, here at Omaha, 15 appearances, 12 starts with a 2-3 record. He was 1-3 for Kansas City in 13 appearances, 3 of them starts. 2 balls and a strike on Curtis. The infield double play, depth the pitch. Morales takes off, swinging a ground ball, base hit into right field. Morales takes the turn at second, going for third. Chad Allen's throw is cut off. It'll be runners at first and third with 1 out as Curtis Pride pulls that one through the right side of the infield, and now he needs just 21 hits for 1,200 in his minor league career. So runners at the corners, 1 out for Ryan Buddy, who grounded into a 5-4-3 double play his first time up. Major and minor league hits combined. He's closing in on 1,400. Morales at third, Pride at first. Buddy at the plate as the Bees look for some more runs. The pitch. Fastball strike on the outside corner at the knees, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Ryan Harper going through the signs in the coach's box at third. Curtis over at first, 7 out of 8 in the stolen base department this year. Snyder ready. The 0-1. Fastball grounded, foul outside the bag at third, and the count's 0-2. Curtis was 7 steals. He had 10 all of last year. Two strikes the count on Buddy. Morales at third, Pride at first, 1 out, 2 runs in as the Bees have taken a 2-0 lead. Snyder ready, and the 0-2 to Buddy. Curveball into the dirt, blocked by the catcher Phillips, and the count's 1-2. Casey Smith is due next. Outfield shaded towards right. Buddy waving that bat out over the plate. Snyder still looking in and now stepping off as he and Phillips apparently can't agree on what pitch to throw here. Now everybody on the same page for the 1-2 pitch. Swung on and fouled up over our heads and onto the roof. So the count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. That Arizona-Pittsburgh game still in a rain delay at PNC Park. One and 2 the count. Those gusts of wind still around. Old Glory starts on the flagpole in center as Snyder comes set for the 1-2. Fastball tapped toward third. Ian backhands, drops it, picks it up, throws to first just in time to get Buddy, but the run from third scores as Morales crosses the plate. Curtis Pride goes to second base. It'll be 5-3 on the putout. Give Buddy a run batted in, his 10th of the year, and it's 3-0 Salt Lake. Pride now at second base with 2 outs for Casey Smith. Tapped out in front of the plate to the catcher Phillips his first time up. So runner at third base, or rather at second base with 2 outs. Casey so far this year, this is his first at bat with runners in scoring position and 2 outs. Oh, first pitch on the way, a curveball in for a strike, and it's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. He's leading 3-0 here in the 4th. Snyder sets the 0-1. Fastball hit in the air to right center field. Hombres drifting back, draws a bead on it, backpedals a step and makes the catch to retire the side. But the Bees jump out in front with 3 runs on 4 hits, no errors, and 1 runner was left stranded. After 3 1/2 here in Omaha, it's the Bees 3 and the Royals nothing on ESPN 1230.
Hi, this is Mitch Jensen of Siegfried & Jensen. We all know Utah's a great sports state. Siegfried & Jensen is a proud sponsor of virtually all of Utah's professional teams, the Jazz, the Bees, the Blaze, the Grizzlies, and Real Soccer. In sports, winning is important. The same is true if you've been injured in an accident. To help ensure victory if you've been injured, you need a winning legal team on your side. Call us at Siegfried & Jensen at 1-800-INJURED. That's 1-800-INJURED. Siegfried & Jensen, your legal team if you've been injured.
Sir, can you hear me?
Imagine you've just been in a traffic accident.
Sir, can you hear me?
And right now, the pressure of the steering wheel against your chest is preventing you from answering this question, while your smashed door is preventing the emergency crew from providing you with the help you're very much in need of.
Okay, sir, we're going to get some equipment in here and get you out of there just as quickly as possible. We need those over here right away.
Imagine the feeling of knowing this happened because you were driving dangerously, driving when you maybe shouldn't have, or allowing yourself to be distracted. Imagine hoping you'll wake up from this nightmare, but not being able to. Imagine the flashing lights and the smell of gasoline.
Sir, can you squeeze my hand?
Now, imagine why they're not bothering to ask these questions to anyone else who was in your car. Consider this a reminder. No one understands the importance of driving safely like someone who didn't. 0 fatalities. It's a goal we can all live with.
Now let's go back to the ballpark for more Salt Lake Bees baseball. Here's the voice of the Salt Lake Bees, Steve Klauke.
We go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Jared Weaver now takes the mound with a 3-run lead at 3-0. It'll be Alejandro Prieto, Paul Phillips, and Chad Allen, the 2, 3, and 4 hitters due up in the Omaha batting order to face Weaver. With Salt Lake now leading by a score of 3-0. Prieto flied after Reggie Willits in center field, his first time up. So Weaver ready to go, and Jared's first pitch to Prieto on the way is a changeup high, ball 1. Time now for a look ahead at what's on the road for the Salt Lake Bees, brought to you by Big O Tires. A reputation you can ride on, Big O Tires. A 1-0 pitch to Prieto first, and it's swung on and lifted in the air down the left field line. Curtis Pride coming in, going out Ibar. Eric with the call and the catch in front of Pride for the out. One away as they nearly collide. Again, Curtis, 95% depth. And usually the standing rule is if Pride thinks he can get it and yells that he's got it, that you got to get out of the way. And I think that's what he's telling Ibar right now as he heads back to left field, and Eric returns to his shortstop position. So one away. That'll bring up Paul Phillips, who's single to left field, his first time up. These continue the road trip tomorrow here in Omaha at 6:05. Then on Saturday, they'll head to Des Moines to take on the Iowa Cubs. 6:05 Saturday night, 12:05 Mountain Time Sunday, 6:05 on Monday night, and 11:05 a.m. again on Tuesday as they wrap up the road trip and the series in Iowa. First pitch on the way, and Phillips takes the fastball high, ball 1. Then an off day on the 17th before the Bees begin an 8-game homestand, 4 with Oklahoma and 4 with New Orleans. The 1-0 pitch to Phillips. Swing and a miss to the fastball, and the count's 1-1. Don't forget on Friday, May the 19th, after about a 5-year absence, Myron Noodleman returns to Franklin Covey Field as the Bees take on the Oklahoma Red Hawks. 6:30 game time. 1-1 pitch. Her ball broke late and missed high, 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. Myron has always connected well with the Salt Lake crowd when he was a regular back in the 90s. The 2-1 delivery. Phillips takes the breaking ball, slider in at the knees for a strike, and it's 2-2. These next road trip after this one, as we wrap up our feature for Big O Tires, is Memorial Day weekend. Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday afternoon, and Monday afternoon of Memorial Day weekend in Las Vegas. The 2-2 pitch. Fastball foul back to the screen, and it's still 2-2. The second and final visit to Sin City during the 2006 regular season. Las Vegas still out in front in the Pacific South Division by 4.5 games over the second place Tucson Sidewinders. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count on Phillips as Weaver delivers. Swing and a foul. Back to the screen again. He got a piece of it to stay alive. The Angels winners last night, but they've dropped 10 of their last 13. First, they had the lawsuit with the city of Anaheim over the name change last year. Now they're involved in another rather frivolous lawsuit, to say the least. 2-2 curveball, waved out and missed for a slider, I should say, and he struck him out. Good arm motion, fooled Phillips, and that is just the second strikeout for Weaver. And that'll bring up Chad Allen, retired on a comebacker to Weaver, his first time up. A man who was denied a red nylon tote bag during a Mother's Day promotion last year has filed a sex and age discrimination lawsuit against the Angels. Can you believe it? First pitch on the way. Allen takes a strike at the knee, zone 1. The class action claim filed by Michael Cohen, a Los Angeles psychologist, alleges that thousands of males and fans under 18 are entitled to $4,000 in damages each because they were treated unequally at last May's promotion. Women over 18 received the gifts. Swing and a miss at a slider, and the count's 0-2. Give me a break. No balls, 2 strikes the count as the home plate umpire out to talk with Weaver. So no balls, 2 strikes the count. Angels officials have said that Cohn was the only person who complained about the giveaway, and the team is proud of its promotions. No balls, 2 strikes the count. The pitch. Swing and a miss at a fastball. He struck him out. Back-to-back punch-outs for Jared Weaver. And he offers a 3-of-3 down inning here in the 4th. So 1, 2, 3, nothing across. We'll head to the 5th. It's the Bees 3 and Omaha nothing on ESPN 1230.
So, how's your garage life? At Checker Auto Parts, ours is terrific. We work on our cars just like you, and we use stuff like floor jacks, ratchets, air compressors, generators, and all kinds of cordless power tools. Why do I own a special jack just for my motorcycle? Because I can, and so can you. So come to Checker. If you need a better garage life, guess what? We got it. Checker, we got it.
It's back, and the sequel is even hotter than the original. It's Honda's Spring into Action 2 sales event at Plaza Cycle. Honda's blockbuster sales event returns with more thrills, more savings, and more action than ever. Starring Honda's off-road competition bikes, the CRF 450X and the CRF 250X. This time, the story includes 0 down payment, 0 interest, and 0 payments until 2007 upon approved credit with your Honda card. And how about this for a plot twist? Take advantage of $150 in bonus bucks with select 2005 models and get $500 in factory-to-dealer incentives on select CRF models. Spring into Action 2. Now playing at Plaza Cycle, 1379 West, 3300 South Salt Lake. Hurry in. You've got to move fast or get left behind. After 9 months, the number fixed monthly payment 2.5% original balance, take 2.9% fixed APR through GE Money Bank. Bonus bucks and factory-to-dealer incentive good with purchase on selected models. Stop at good through 53106. Other restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
More Salt Lake Bees baseball coming up on ESPN 1230 AM.
We roll along to the 5th inning here in Omaha. The Bees out in front 3-0. The top of the order for Brian Harper's crew. Eric Ibar, Reggie Willits, and Nick Gorneau to face Kyle Snyder here in the 5th inning. Ibar 0 for 2, reached on an error, but the first baseman Prieto dropped Ruben Gotai's throw. And the first pitch is a strike on the inside corner at the belt, 0-1. He's with a 3-run 4th, and that's the difference in the ball game to this point. He in close at third to guard against the bunt from Ibar. The pitch swung on and pulled deep, but foul. Out of play down the right field side, and the count's 0-2. Our 5th inning, middle of the game reset of the Omaha defensive alignment. D. Brown in left, Chip Hombres in center, and Chad Allen in right will give you the infield third to first after Snyder's 0-2 pitch to Ibar. Change up that sails high, 1-2. Mark Teahan at third, Andres Blanco at short, Ruben Gotai at second, and Alejandro Prieto at first. A battery of Kyle Snyder pitching and Paul Phillips catching. 1-2 the count on Ibar as the pitch comes home. Fastball high, 2-2 the count. Again, a lot of school kids here today. The big Prevention Dimensions game coming up on Tuesday the 23rd against New Orleans at 10:30 at Franklin Covey Field as Ibar lifts one in the air to center. Ambrose coming in, now stops and makes the letter high grab for out number one. So Ibar retired, one out. That'll bring up Reggie Willits, who has walked and flied to center. Now, while there'll be a lot of 5th and 6th graders at Franklin Covey Field, we invite you to take an extended lunch and join us out at the ballpark that day. As the Bees take on the Zephyrs again at 10:30 first pitch at Franklin Covey Field. That again coming up on Tuesday, May the 23rd. So one out, base is empty for Willits here in the 5th. Snyder's pitch is a fastball strike on the outside corner at the knees, 0-1. No balls, one strike. Again, Tien in close at third. Willits waving that bat out over the plate as Snyder delivers. And Reggie takes a curveball in at the knees for a strike, and he's quickly in the hole, 0-2. So no balls, 2 strikes to count. Bees leading 3-0 here on this blustery Thursday afternoon. Snyder ready, the 2-strike pitch to Willits. Herb ball pulled on the ground towards first. Prieto has it go through his legs. Well, I tell you what, this Omaha team really struggles with the glove. That is the 4th error committed by Omaha in this game. Kind of like Michael Jackson in the old days, wearing one glove on one hand for no apparent reason. Oh, runner at first base, one out. Here's Nick Gorneau, got the scoring started in the 5th inning. With a home run to deep right center field, about 5 rows up into the bleachers, about 400 plus feet or so away from home plate, maybe about 405. Pitch on the way, swing and a miss at a breaking ball, strike one. No balls, 1 strike. Willits, the runner at first, already has 1 stolen base in this game. Snyder ready. The 0-1. Gorneau takes low, snaps to the first, and Willits dives back in safely. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. Snyder originally drafted by Tampa Bay out of high school, but did in the 27th round, but did not sign. Instead, pitched for the University of North Carolina for 3 years. There goes Willits. The 1-1 pitch is chopped near second base. Fielding it on the bag. Go tie for 1. Throws to first for 2. Well, you couldn't have asked for a better bouncer if you're the Omaha Royals. As the runner was going, Go tie went over to cover, and Gorneau bounced one right on the bag at second base, and an easy double play turned by the Royals. No runs, no hits. 1 error, nobody left on base. We're halfway through the scheduled 9-rounder. It's the Bees 3, Omaha nothing on ESPN 1230.
Strike three! A no-hitter, a perfect game for Don Larson. Yogi Berra runs out there. He leaps on Larson, and he's swarmed by his teammates. Listen to this crowd roar.
Classic baseball is back. The Salt Lake Bees. Now students can get a pass to all 72 Bees games this summer for the incredible price of just $25. That's only 35 cents a game. Call 325-BASE to get your student pass today. The Salt Lake Bees. Classic baseball is back.
It's coming, and it's coming fast. The world's greatest riders on the world's fastest motorcycles, escaping danger at every turn. It's the AMA Superbike Championship at Miller Motorsports Park. Miller Motorsports Park delivers Utah onto the stage of world-class racing with the inaugural Honda Summit of Speed AMA Superbike Championship, presented by Parts Unlimited. See this thrilling race Friday, June 16th through Sunday, June 18th. See every hair-raising turn on the newest, longest, and finest racetrack ever built in North America. Plus,
you'll witness AMA Supermoto riders competing in a high-flying aerial assault that will have you holding your breath. Tickets are on sale now through Ticketmaster or by calling 325-SEAT. That's 325-SEAT, the Honda Summit of Speed AMA Superbike Championship, June 16th through the 18th at the brand new Miller Motorsports Park in Tooele. It'll make your heart race. For more details, visit MillerMotorsportsPark.com.
In my mind, I envision delicately.
Now more
Before you try McDonald's premium roast coffee and a one-piece.
We go to the bottom of the fifth inning, 3-0 in favor of the Bees. Mark Teahan, Mike Aviles, and Dee Brown due up to face right-hander Jared Weaver. Teahan struck out swinging his first time up. First pitch taking here. It's a breaking ball low, ball one. Our fifth inning, middle of the game reset of the Bees' defensive alignment will come up after Weaver delivers the 1-0 pitch to Teahan. Fastball strike on the outside corner at the knees, 1-1. Curtis Pride, Reggie Willits, and Nick Gorneau in left, center, and right. Mike Elward, Eric Ibar, Casey Smith, and Kendry Morales from third to first. The battery of Jared Weaver pitching and Jeff Mathis catching. The 1-1 pitch is skied to left center field. Reggie Willits calling for it. Now racing in. The wind tries to put it away, and he slides and makes the catch. Reggie thought he had that lined up, and all of a sudden he realized that wind was knocking it down. He had to turn it on and still had to slide to make the grab. That almost wound up being a wind-aided hit for Mark Teahan, but a good recovery by Reggie Willits. Anything in the air today will not be routine for a fielder. Here's Aviles, fouled out to the first baseman Morales his first time up. Breaking ball strike on the outside corner at the knees. 0-1 as that wind has not let up at all, as you can hear in our effects microphone. The 0-1 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss at a fastball. And the count's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes the count on Aviles. Bees losing last night's game 5-3. The 0-2. Fastball 0-1-2. Fifth time this year they've tried for their 4th consecutive win and come up short. They've had 5 different 3-game winning streaks, but no 4-game streak. The 1-2 pitch has popped up, and the wind will push this one well back into the seats behind the Bees dugout. So the count on Aviles, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Still showing 55 degrees, but the wind out of the north-northwest at 20 miles per hour, gusting to 29 miles per hour. Wreaking havoc on pop flies and fly balls. The 1-2 pitch lifted in the air towards left. Pride racing in, won't get to it as the wind knocks it down. Taking the turn at first is Aviles, and he'll hold there with a single. That is the 3rd hit of the ball game for Omaha. That snaps a run of 5 in a row, retired by Weaver, and so 1 on, 1 out for Dee Brown, who fouled out to the third baseman. Mike Elward his last time up. Again, as you can hear, the wind has not let up. So 1 on, 1 out, the infield double play depth, and Weaver steps off. One out, 1 on for the Royals here in the bottom of the 5th. Now Jared ready, the pitch. Breaking ball, strike. A slider in at the knees, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Weaver, first round pick, 12th selection overall in the draft. In 2004, the pitch. Swing and a miss, stopped on the first base, and safe on a close play at first is Aviles. As he went in feet first. Morales tagged just a hair late, so the count on Dee Brown 0-2. July 7th of 2002 at Franklin Covey Field, Brown had a 4-hit game that included 3 doubles. In 2002, he hit .403 against Stingers pitching, 25 for 62. 5 doubles, a triple, 4 homers, and 11 runs batted in. That was back the second of the 2 years the Bees and Omaha were in the same division and met 16 times. Now the 0-2. Swung on and sliced foul out of play down the left field side. So the count remains 0-2 on Brown, who again wore 3 different uniforms last year at the AA level and 1 uniform at AAA. That was New Orleans. Weaver ready, and the 2-strike pitch to Brown. Swing and a ground ball to second. Smith has it, flips to Ibar for 1. Eric's relay to first in plenty of time for the ending inning. 4-6-3 double play. The 34th double play turned by the Bees defensively this year. No runs, 1 hit, nobody left on base. At the end of 5, it remains the Bees 3, Omaha nothing on ESPN 1230.
If you're in the market for a home theater system or a new TV, RC Willey is the only place to shop. No one has a larger selection of complete home theater systems, high-definition big screens, flat-panel LCD, and plasma TVs. Items are in stock for same-day delivery. Choose from the name brands you prefer, including Sony, Panasonic, Samsung, Mitsubishi, and Toshiba. Come in today and find out how you can pay 0 interest for 12 months on purchases of $4.99 or more. RC Willey, one place, so many possibilities.
Med1 Medical. Med1 Medical.
Are you using the same smelly mask and tubing that you got when you started? Masks and tubing should be replaced regularly. You won't believe how much nicer it is to breathe in a new mask. It's healthier, too. Call Med1 today at 800-248-5882. With a new mask, you'll have fewer colds and sore throats. Do you snore when you're wearing your CPAP? If your CPAP is working as it should, you should never snore when you have the CPAP machine on. An old, worn-out mask causes leaks and will not allow your CPAP machine to operate at the correct pressure. Schedule an appointment to visit our sleep laboratory and bring your CPAP machine, and we'll do a free pressure check and give you a free CPAP tube. Sign up for our Sleep Smart Gold maintenance program, and your first mask is free. Call 800-248-5882.
Med1 Medical. Med1 Medical.
Now back to more Salt Lake Bees baseball with Steve Klauke on ESPN 1230 AM.
We move to the 6th inning here at windy, chilly Rosenblatt Stadium in Omaha. Steve Klauke with you as the Bees lead the Royals by a score of 3-0. It'll be Mike Elward, Jeff Mathis, and Kendry Morales due up to face right-hander Kyle Snyder, who's had a pretty good outing except for 1 inning in which the Bees put together a 3-run frame in the 4th. And that's the difference in the ball game, 3-0 in favor of the Bees. Here's Mike Elward, who walked in the 1st, singled and scored in the 4th. It's also time for our 6th inning update of the Abra scoreboard. Again, all the other action in the PCL later on tonight. Fresno at New Orleans, Iowa hosts Colorado Springs, Sacramento visits Oklahoma, Tacoma hosts Round Rock, Nashville visits Tucson, Las Vegas entertains Memphis, and Albuquerque is at Portland. First pitch to Elward is a fastball in at the knees for a strike, and it's 0-1. The American League, Toronto now leads Oakland 8-2 in the 7th inning at Rogers Center. Troy Gloss with a pair of home runs, his 11th and 12th of the year. 0-1 curve, low and outside to the right-hand batter, and the count's 1-1. He had a 3-run blast in the 3rd and a solo shot in the 5th. Nick Swisher with his 11th and 12th home runs of the year for Oakland in the 1st and 3rd with the bases empty. The 1-1 pitch on the way, a curveball in for a strike, and it's 1-2. Jeff Zahn has also hit a solo homer for the Blue Jays in that ball game. Later on tonight, the Yankees host Boston. Tim Wakefield, the knuckleballer for the Red Sox, against Sean Chacon for the Yankees. The 1-2 to Elward, breaking ball low, 2-2. Imagine how that knuckleball would dance in this wind. Detroit at Baltimore, Kenny Rogers, 5-2 for the Tigers. Eric Bedard, 4-2 for the O's. And the Angels and the White Sox in Chicago. The 2-2 pitch. Swung on, popped up, shallow left field. D. Brown coming in and over Fort, and he'll put the squeeze on it for the out. 1 away. That'll bring up Jeff Mathis, who's 0 for 2. He's taken a called 3rd strike and bounced to 3rd. Calvin Escobar, 4-2 for the Angels. John Garland, 2-1 for the White Sox. The Arizona-Pittsburgh game has now officially been rained out at PNC Park. The other National League games still an hour or so from getting started. There's a fastball grounded towards the hole at short. Backhanded by Blanco, who sets and throws a strike to first for the out. 2 up, 2 down. Brings up Kendry Morales, 1 for 2. Delivered an RBI single to left field his last time up, and later came around to score. Houston and Los Angeles Rodriguez 4-1 for the Astros. Lowe 1-1 for the Dodgers. Milwaukee at San Diego. Hendrickson, no decisions for the Brewers. Jake Peavy 2-3 for the Pods. And the Cubs are at San Francisco. Marshall 2-0 for Chicago against Wright 2-3 for the Giants. First pitch to Morales is pop foul off into the stands to the left of home plate for strike one. Tonight the Mets are at Philadelphia. Florida hosts Atlanta, and Washington visits Cincinnati. Now the 0-1. Morales takes a strike on the outside corner at the knees, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes to count on Kendry. He's all bundled up down there. Not too many days like this in Cuba, I would imagine. Now the 0-2. Missed outside and low for a ball, 1-2. Defected from Cuba in June of 2004. Now calls the Dominican Republic home. Signed a 6-year deal with the Angels in December of 2004. The 1-2 to Kendry, swung on and lifted in the air to right center field. Hombres going back to the edge of the track. He'll make the catch to retire the side as Morales didn't get all of it. So 3 up, 3 down go the Bees in the 6th, and after 5.5 it remains. The Bees 3, Omaha nothing on ESPN 1230.
Before you try McDonald's premium roast coffee and a warm tasting McGriddles breakfast sandwich, there's something you should know. These 2 items have a way of bringing everything into life-affirming focus. It's Megan.
Hi.
Megan had a fresh brewed premium roast and McGriddles for the first time today.
And that's when I found out I'm a talented singer-songwriter and a natural blonde.
Well, she is a singer-songwriter.
I'm going to start every day this way.
McGriddles and premium roast coffee, richer and bolder than our previous blend. Wake up and smell your life.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Okay, I didn't actually write that.
At participating McDonald's.
In my mind, I envision delicately crunchy greens, warm orange glazed chicken, crisp snow peas nestled next to tender edamame and sweet succulent mandarin oranges. My mind drifts as I add rich, ripe red peppers, toasted almonds, and finish it all off with a light sesame ginger dressing. New Mendoza, low-fat variety. McDonald's new Asian salad, one of 4 premium salads, is now a delicious reality. I'm loving it at participating McDonald's.
When it's time for your next set of tires, do you want the best tire warranty in the business? Then you should head to Big O Tires. Big O's free replacement warranty is the best in the business and gives you free services with your tires like balancing, rotating, and flat repair. Plus, with Big O Tires speed lane service, you can have your tires mounted, balanced, and on your vehicle in 20 minutes or less. Big O Tires, Utah's #1 tire store.
A reputation you can ride on. Big O Tires.
Now let's go back to the ballpark for more Salt Lake Bees baseball. Here's the voice of the Salt Lake Bees, Steve Klauke.
We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Tip Hombres and Andres Blanco, Ruben Gotay due up for the Royals here in the bottom of the 6th, 3-0 in favor of Salt Lake. Tip Hombres flied out to center field his first time up. Facing right-hander Jared Weaver. So Weaver getting ready to go. Facing the right-hand hitting Chip Hombres. And the first pitch on the way. Breaking ball low, ball 1. Hombres had a chance to play football down the road west of Omaha on I-80 down in Lincoln for the Cornhuskers, but opted for baseball. Also received a scholarship offer from Texas A&M as Weaver paints the outside corner at the knees for a strike, and it's 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Came over from the Red Sox organization last July in the Tony Graffinino deal. Here's a swing and a high pop-up. Left side of the infield. Elward doesn't see it. Ibar racing in, and of all people, Jared Weaver, the pitcher, goes back out to the infield third and makes a backhanded catch. I don't think Elward ever saw it. The wind was pushing it away from Ibar. I'm not so sure he even saw it. But Jared Weaver, a pretty good athlete in his own right. I don't think I've ever seen a pitcher do this. He went back to the infield third and made a backhanded catch to save that one from dropping in. That's a heck of a play by Jared Weaver. I don't think I've ever seen a pitcher do that. Pitch on the way, and Blanco takes a strike at the knees, 0-1. Who knows, that may have saved a rally starter. Weaver ready, the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. And a slider, and the count's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes to count. Bees leading 3-0 here in the 6th inning. The 0-2 swung on and fouled, so when they come to bat in the 7th, be on the lookout for the Geico Insurance run of the game. The first time after the 5th inning, the Bees score a run to add to a lead. Geico Insurance donates $25 to the Air Force Fund. Check your yellow pages to call your local Geico office today. The 0-2 again. That handle pop foul coming back onto the screen, and the count remains 0-2. So far this season, there have been 17 Geico Insurance runs, making the total donation $425. 2 strikes on Andres Blanco with 1 out and the bases empty here in the bottom of the 6th. The Bees leading 3-0. Blanco, at one time when he made his Kansas City debut 2 years ago, was the second youngest Kansas City Royal in team history. There's a soft liner to the right side, knocked down off the turf by Casey Smith, who recovers and throws him out. Nice play by Casey, a little soft floater he couldn't quite get to, but got his body in front of it to knock it down, keep it in front of him so he could pick it up and make the play at first base. So a couple of adventurous balls in play here in the 6th inning, but there's 2 out and nobody on for Ruben Gotay, who's flied to left and grounded to first. Gotay's uncle Julio spent 10 years in the major leagues, from 1960 to 69 with the Cardinals, Pirates, Angels, and Astros. Pitch on the way, a fastball outside of Panisse, ball 1. 2 years ago, he was the Kansas City Minor League Player of the Year at AA Wichita, hitting .289 with 9 homers, 68 runs batted in. The 1-0 fastball misses upstairs, and the count's 2-0. Gotay's first major league hit, a single off the White Sox Jose Contreras, who has a 13-game winning streak, but on the disabled list right now. The 2-0 pitch is fouled straight back, up against the facing of the press box, and the count's 2-1. The 2 balls, 1 strike on Gotay, a switch hitter batting from the left side against the right-hander Weaver. Now the 2-1 delivery. Breaking ball low, 3-1 the count on Gotay. Two outs, bases empty, bottom of the 6th, 3-0 Bees. The pitch. Swung on, and that's foul backing out of play over the roof, and the count's full at 3-2. Again tomorrow night, final game of our visit to Omaha. It'll be right-hander Dustin Mosley with a 5-1 record against right-hander Adam Bernero, who is 1-1 for Omaha. 3 balls, 2 strikes, the payoff pitch to Gotay. Swinging a ground ball to short. Eric Ibar gobbles it up. The step and the throw to first, on targeted in time. And it's a 3-up, 3-down, bottom of the 6th inning for Omaha. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. We move along to the 7th. It's the Bees 3 and Omaha nothing on ESPN 1230.
Himself to tell you about Papa John's specialty pizzas.
A specialty pizza with an unexpected taste. That's the way I like it. Choose any of our specialty pizzas like Hawaiian barbecue chicken, the works, the meat, or garden fresh. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's.
Limited delivery area, charges may apply.
Hi, is this the Federal Reserve? How you doing? Good, good. I'm fine, thanks. Listen, maybe you can help me. You're the guys who control the interest rates, right? Good. I was wondering if you could just not touch the interest rates until I sell my home. Well, yeah, I understand that, but no, I just need you to not touch the interest rate until I sell my home. That's all. Just, don't raise it. Just, keep it stable. Well, is there someone there who can help me? Yeah, I'll hold. Thanks.
Okay, so you can't control the Fed, but call a Coldwell Banker residential brokerage agent and you'll have qualified buyers from all over the world looking at your home, no matter what the interest rate is. That's because Coldwell Banker agents are not only local experts, they're also part of a national and international referral network of professional agents. So there will be thousands of Coldwell Banker agents all over the world working to find you the right buyer at the right price.
Yeah, hello? Yeah, I'm still on hold. Sure, I'll stay here. Thanks.
Call a Coldwell Banker professional in your neighborhood or visit UtahHomes.com. Coldwell Banker Residential Brokerage is owned and operated by NRT Incorporated.
More Salt Lake Bees baseball coming up on ESPN 1230 AM.
All right, we go to the 7th inning, 3-0 in favor of the Bees. All 3 runs coming in the 4th inning. It'll be Curtis Pride, Ryan Buddy, and Casey Smith, the bottom third of the order due up for the Bees here in the 7th inning. Frank Brooks, a left-hander, starting to throw in the Omaha bullpen. Kyle Snyder working into the 7th inning. He went 8 innings in his last start. Curtis Pride, 1 for 2. Shows bunt and takes a strike, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Time down for the Zions Bank 7th inning game summary for the Bees. 3 runs, 4 hits, no errors. For Omaha, no runs, 3 hits, and 4 errors, although none of the errors actually came into play for the 3 runs scored. The pitch. Pride swings, grounds one right side, pass Gotay into right field, a base hit. Curtis Pride knocking another one off his countdown, now just 20 hits away from 1,200 in his minor league career. 27 hits away from 1,400 professionally. And Curtis, with his 3rd multi-hit game of the year, is at first base with nobody out. Hit number 5 for the Bees. Prior to this inning, all 4 hits that Salt Lake had accumulated in this contest came in that 3-run 4th inning. Here's Ryan Buddy, 0 for 2, drove in a run with a ground out his last time up. Snyder's pitch, inside at the belt, ball 1. Teahan in at third, guarding against the bunt, although Ryan showed no inkling that he was going to try to lay one down there. Rest of the middle infield at double play depth with Prieto holding the runner on at first. Curtis Pride. The pitch to Buddy. Fastball popped up down the right field side. Prieto and Gotay giving chase. The wind, though, will push it away from them, down into the seats, and just out of the reach of Netman, who's 0 for 2 on this trip. He still hasn't gotten a foul ball in either one of the 2 games here. And he has, there he goes. It was in the tunnel between the stands, and he was able to reach down and scoop it up, and now, as usual, he will hand the ball to a youngster, as his want and desire. So 1 ball, 1 strike. So didn't get it. It was just sitting still, but he was the only one that could reach it, and he reached it with his net. Throw to first base, bounces in, but Prieto able to backhand it out of the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike. These have left 3 runners on base. Omaha has stranded 1. Again, all 3 Salt Lake runs coming in the 4th. Nick Gorneau, a leadoff home run. Later in the inning, Kendry Morales, an RBI single, and Ryan Buddy, the run-scoring groundout. The V7th inning game summary brought to you by Zions Bank. At Zions Bank, they haven't forgotten who keeps them in business. One ball, 1 strike the count on Buddy. As Snyder steps off and throws to first, and Pride is back in safely. He's looking for that Geico insurance run here, adding to a 3-0 lead. Again, the lefty Brooks throwing in the Omaha bullpen. Snyder ready. The pitch. Buddy swings and he pops it up. This one's playable. The third baseman, Teahan, doesn't see it. The wind brings it back to the catcher, and it's Phillips who makes the catch for the out as he staggers under that one. Like I said, anything in the air is an adventure. And with the sun now out, adding to the wind, Teahan, I don't think at third base, ever saw the baseball. So 1 out. Pride at first for Casey Smith, who's 0 for 2. Fly to Hombres in right center field his last time up. So runner at first base, 1 down. Then Curtis, 7 steals and 8 tries coming into this game. If he tries to move himself into scoring position as a team, the Bees 1 out of 2 in the stolen base department in this game. The pitch. There he goes, swinging a ground ball, base hit in the right center field. Curtis takes the turn at second and advances to third. A perfectly executed hit and run. Pride going, the second baseman Gotay over to cover, and Casey Smith grounded one right through the vacated spot. And so now the Bees have runners at the corners with 1 out. Eric Ibar, the batter, he's 0 for 3 rather, flied out to center field his last time up. So Pride at third, Smith at first, with 1 out here in the 7th, hit number 6 in the ball game for the Bees. So a chance for Salt Lake now to add to their 3-run lead. Snyder ready, and the first pitch on the way to Ibar. Misses outside with a fastball. Ball one. 1-0 the count. Eric 0 for 3 in this game and just 1 out of 11 in this series. Snyder ready to pitch. Ibar, little flare behind third. That's going to drop in fair and roll down to the Omaha bullpen. In from third, Pride will score. Going to third and safe at third base is Smith. Into second base goes Ibar, and the Bees lead it 4-0. They're going to give Ibar a single on that one, give him second on the throw to third base, which was offline as Casey got in, and runners now at second and third, only 1 out, and the Bees now leading by 4, and that may be all for Kyle Snyder. Ibar just kind of stuck his bat out and sent that one ever so softly beyond teeing at third base, and it curled over towards the bullpen, and that's going to be all for Kyle Snyder as Frank Brooks, the left-hander, will come on in to pitch, and we'll tell you all about it right after this. 1-minute timeout for a pitching change here on ESPN 1230.
In my mind, I envision delicately crunchy greens, warm orange glazed chicken, crisp snow peas nestled next to tender edamame and sweet succulent mandarin oranges. My mind drifts as I add rich, ripe red peppers, toasted almonds, and finish it all off with a light sesame ginger dressing. Newman's Own low-fat variety. McDonald's new Asian salad, one of 4 premium salads, is now a delicious reality. I'm loving it at participating McDonald's.
Before you try McDonald's premium roast coffee and a warm, tasty McGriddles breakfast sandwich, there's something you should know. These 2 items have a way of bringing everything into life-affirming focus. Take Megan.
Hi.
Megan had a fresh brewed premium roast and McGriddles for the first time today.
And that's when I found out I'm a talented singer-songwriter and a natural blonde.
Well, she is a singer-songwriter.
I'm going to start every day this way.
McGriddles and premium roast coffee, richer and bolder than our previous blends. Wake up and smell your life.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Okay, I didn't actually write that.
At participating McDonald's.
Left-hander Frank Brooks comes on for Omaha, making his 8th appearance of the year in 9 2/3 innings. He has given up 10 hits, 7 runs all earned. He has walked 7 and struck out 6. Brooks is 0-1 with no saves and a 6.52 earned run average. The PCL batting .263 against left-hander Frank Brooks, who pitched for Las Vegas, 1 appearance last year, then 54th outing for AAA Richmond in the Atlanta organization. He also made 1 appearance for the Braves. Hill and Herrick, runners at second and third with 1 out. The Bees already out in front 4-0, and the batter will be Reggie Willits, who's 0 for 2, reaching on an error, but the first baseman Prieto his last time up. One of 4 errors committed by Omaha this year, the most by any Bees opponent this season. So here's Willits, who turns around now to bat right-handed against the southpaw Brooks, 6'1", 190, in his 8th year out of Brooklyn, New York. Infield in all the way around with runners at second and third, 1 out. Willits swings and fouls one off the mask of the catcher Phillips as the mask falls to the ground. Strike 1. Brooks with 12 major league appearances, 1 of them a start. He's lifetime 0-1 in the majors with the Pirates and the Braves. He was originally drafted by the Phillies in the 13th round of 1999 out of St. Peter's College in New Jersey. 1 strike to count on Willits. The pitch. Breaking ball low, and that evens the count at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Bees with 4 runs so far in this game. They've now scored 202 on the season. First team to 200 in the PCL. First, they've had a 15-run game and a 17-run game. The 1-1 pitch bounces in, and it's blocked by Phillips at home plate. So the count on Willits 2-1. The 17 runs was a 17-7 win on May the 5th against Tacoma. And on April the 15th, they beat Portland at Franklin Covey Field 15-1. As they have cracked into double digits this year on 3 occasions. Twice at home, once on the road. 2-1 pitch, and Willits lines one fair down the left field line. That's rolling towards the corner at the 335 sign. Smith is in. Ibar scores in behind him. Willits to turn at second. Holds there with a 2-run double. And now the Bees have broken it open. They lead it 6-0. And so Reggie Willits with his sixth double and his 16th and 17th runs batted in on the season. And again, the first RBI in this inning by Eric Ibar brought home the Geico Insurance run of the game. The 18th of the year for the Bees, so that means $25 goes to the Air Force Fund, courtesy of Geico. So now Willits at second base. That closes the books on Snyder's line. The pitch is a fastball in at the knees, a strike.
Snyder 6 1/3, 7, 6, 2, 1 home run.
6 1/3 innings, 7 hits, 6 runs, all earned, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, a wild pitch, and a home run. Now the pitch bounces in a breaking ball, blocked by the catcher Phillips, and the count's even at 1-1. So the Bees, with their second 3-run inning of the game, now lead it 6-0. Well, it's out at second base. Now Brooks sets, checks the runner at second base, the pitch home. Curveball into the dirt again, blocked by the catcher Phillips, and the count's 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. Now Brooks' pitch. Swung on, pulled deep, but hooking foul down the left field side, and the count's 2-2. Rono getting the barrel of the bat out a hair too soon on that one. The count's even at 2 balls, 2 strikes. First, this Omaha team's undergone a lot of changes, just like Salt Lake has. There's Gorneau taking a pitch in the dirt, ball 3 to fill the count at 3-2. Like the Bees, the Royals have had 7 players called up to the big leagues so far this year from their opening day roster, of which only 1 has returned. But right now, the depth of the Angels organization, allowing the Bees to be 8 games above 500 at the start of the day, while the Royals are 2 games under. The 3-2 pitch cued up the middle, fast second base, and through into center field for a single. Willits around third will score. It's an RBI base hit for Nick Gorneau, and now the Bees lead it 7-0. A seeing eye grounder up the middle. The shortstop Blanco going to his left couldn't get to it. Gotay to his right jumped over Blanco to avoid a collision. Didn't even think about going after the baseball. So Brooks has faced 2 batters, given up 2 hits, 1 run charged to Brooks, and that'll bring up Mike Elward, who's 1 for 2. The Bees have broken this one wide open here in the 7th inning, leading it 7-0. So now Elward at the plate. Time called as Blanco readjusting his pants. Looked like his shirt may have come out, and he had to unfasten it, tuck his shirt back in, zip up the zipper, buckle the belt. Now the pitch. Down low for a ball, 1-0. I've heard of a pitcher undressing a hitter, but never a fielder getting undressed. 1 ball, no strikes. Brooks pitch. Elward swings and slices one down the right field line. Chad Allen, a long run, can't get to it as it twists foul. And back into the seats, and the count's even at 1-1 as the wind took that one way out of play. One ball, 1 strike, the count on Mike Elward, who just now makes his way back to home plate after running that ball out. Oakland and Toronto in the 8th inning at Rogers Center. The A's batting, trailing Toronto now 8-3 as Bobby Keelty delivers an RBI double. Former Buzz outfielder. The 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball strike on the outside corner above the knees, 1-2. Brooks is a starter in 2000, led the South Atlantic League with 14 wins. Now the pitch. Elward swings and misses at a fastball. He struck him out. First strikeout for Brooks, the 3rd. for Omaha pitching in the ball game. So 2 outs now in the 7th. And it brings up Jeff Mathis, who's 0 for 3. Grounded out to short his last time up. Again, a 6-game hitting streak on the line. Gorneau over at first base, the pitch. Fastball a little bit high, ball 1. Gorneau with a couple of RBI in this game, giving him 26 now on the season. Now Brooks ready. The pitch. Up high, ball 2. 2-0. Mathis, the 8th batter to come to the plate for the Bees here in this inning. Two balls, no strikes to count. The pitch, fastball, that misses high. And the count's now 3-0 on Mathis. Gorneau now with 12 runs batted in the month of May. The 3-0. Change up high, ball 4, and Mathis draws the 2-out walk. That pushes Gorneau to second base and brings up Kendry Morales, who's 1 for 3 with an RBI single in the 4th inning. Right now it's been the Gorneau and Willett show in May. Nick Gorneau with 12 runs batted in for the month. Reggie Willett with 9. Specton Rivera with 6. Everybody else with 4 or less. There's a pitch, a breaking ball low. Ball 1 to Morales. A 4-run 7th inning, giving the Bees a 7-0 lead here in Omaha. Now Brooks ready to pitch. Fastball in at the letters for a strike, 1-1. Most of the school group still here. 1 ball, 1 strike. Now the pitch. Morales swings and lines one towards the alley in right center. That's in for a base hit. Allen races over to cut it off. In to score Gorneau. On to third base goes Mathis on an RBI single by Kendry Morales. And now the Bees lead it by a score of 8-0. So Kendry with his 17th run batted in of the year. As the Bees have batted around here in the 7th. Curtis Pride will bat. He led things off with a ground ball single into right field and scored the first of the 5 the Bees have put on the board in this inning. So Mathis at third, Morales at first. Brooks pitch, and Pride takes the fastball in at the knees for a strike, 0-1. 0 balls, 1 strike. Brooks ready, the pitch. Swing, and a miss at a curveball, 0-2. 0 balls, 2 strikes. A big 5 spot here in the 7th. 6 hits, 5 of them singles as Pride takes low, ball 1. The only extra base hit, the 2-run double by Reggie Willett. Now Brooks ready, the 1-2 to Pride. Swung on line, inside the bag at third and down the left field line. In to score, Mathis. Morales racing for third. The stop sign coming there as into second base goes Curtis Pride with a double. So he drives in a run. That's his 3rd hit of the game. And now the Bees have a 9-0 lead. So now here's Ryan Buddy, who fouled out to the catcher, Phillips. Second and third. 2 out, 6 across. Their 6th inning this year in which they have scored 6 runs or more. There's a fastball in for a strike, 0-1. Activity now beginning in the Omaha bullpen. A right-hander is up. We're in the top of the 7th, 9-0 Salt Lake. The pitch, swing and a foul. Back to the screen, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. As the rout is on here in Omaha at this point. Morales at third. Clyde at second base in the 0-2. But he picks high, ball 1. One ball, 2 strikes. Now the pitch. Buddy, a little looper right side. That's going to sneak into right field for a base hit. Morales will score. Pride is in behind him. And it's now 11-0 Salt Lake. A little spinner off the end of Ryan's bat that eluded both Prieto cutting across to his right and Gotay cutting across to his left. And so Buddy gets a 2-run single. He has 3 runs batted in the ball game. As the Bees now have their biggest single-inning run explosion of the year. They've scored 8. Here's Casey Smith, who singled and scored earlier in the inning. So the Bees into double digits for the 4th time this year. They're second on the road. Pitch on the way, and Smith takes a strike, 0-1. Casey, the 12th man to bat in the inning. Now Brooks ready, the pitch. Swing and a foul back into the screen, and the count's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. The first 3 runs in this inning charged to the starter, Kyle Snyder, but Frank Brooks out of the bullpen now has given up 5. There's a pitch into the dirt, blocked by the catcher Phillips, and the count's 1-2. Brooks, who came in with a high earned run average at 6.52, will have that skyrocket even higher. Now Brooks ready, the 1-2. Smith takes the curveball low. 2-2 the count. Two balls, 2 strikes. To the right hand hitting. Casey Smith, the pitch. Swung on and lifted in the air to shallow center. Going out Gotay. Ambrose coming in. He can't get to it. It drops in front of him for a base hit. Buddy will go to third on the play. Casey Smith with a bloop single. Like an old-fashioned top 40s radio station, the hits just keep on coming for the Salt Lake Bees. And back to the top of the order now, and Eric Ibar, who singled in a run earlier this inning and later scored. Buddy at third, Smith at first. Now that's going to be all for Frank Brooks, who had some hard-hit balls and some little snake-bitten luck as far as this inning was concerned, with some softly hit balls that have found some openings. So a new pitcher coming on for Omaha here in the 7th. We'll tell you all about him after another 1-minute timeout for a pitching change on ESPN 1230.
Next. Hi, I'd like 3 pounds of fresh salmon, and can you cut me a couple of T-bone steaks about 2 inches thick?
Yes, ma'am. Say, anyone ever tell you look like Patricia Heaton?
Thank you. She's gorgeous.
Yeah. Hey, can we marinate your steaks while you shop and suggest a recipe for the salmon?
Ooh, you had me at marinade. Thanks.
Oh, now I know who you are.
Hi, I'm...
the driver of my kid's school bus.
That's me.
Albertsons, helping make your life easier.
Oh, hi, Miss Heaton. Need help selecting produce?
Do you have any good cooking ideas for mushrooms and tomatoes?
How about pan-seared portobellos and roasted romas?
That sounds good.
Of course, you could saute shiitakes and tureen tomatoes, or braise the buttons and bake some beefsteak.
No more calls. We have a winner. You know your stuff.
I try. We do carry over 300 different kinds of fruits and vegetables.
You've been very helpful. How are you with auditions?
For quality and selection, Albertsons, helping make your life easier.
Right-hander David Elder comes on for Omaha now with runners at first and third and 2 outs here. The Bees with a big inning here, scoring 8 to go up 11-0. For Elder, this will be his 11th appearance of the year in 11 1/3 innings. He's given up 23 hits, 15 runs, 8 of them earned. He has struck out 11 and walked 5. Elder, no decisions, 1 save, and a 6.35 earned run average. The PCL batting a hefty .383 against right-hander David Elder, who was signed last August by Kansas City as he had his contract purchased from Somerset of the Independent Atlantic League. He was originally a 4th-round selection of Texas in 1997 out of Georgia Tech. He has 19 games Major League experience with Cleveland in 2002 and 2003 with a 1-3 record. So here's Eric Ibar with runners at the corners, 2 outs. Last 4 batters have all gotten base hits as Ibar swings and misses for strike 1. Elder facing Salt Lake for the first time in his career. He was 2-0 after signing with Kansas City and being assigned to Omaha. The 0-1 pitch, and Ibar pops it up. Back at second base, the shortstop Blanco is there and lunges at the last minute. That ball almost blew away from him. As the adventure continues, 8 runs in the inning for the Bees. Again, that's a season high on 9 hits. No errors, and 2 runners were left stranded. It's 7th inning stretch time, brought to you by America First Credit Union. For any financial needs, come to America First Credit Union, where members come first. After 6.5, it's now the Bees 11 and Omaha nothing on ESPN 1230.
Dreaming of owning your own home?
Salt Lake City Credit Union is a guaranteed home run with personalized service and the best rates in town. Salt Lake City Credit Union offers a full menu of financial services, including business services and SBA loans, mortgages, free checking and debit cards, auto loans, and online banking. With 7 locations throughout the valley, they're big enough to provide you with everything you need from a financial institution, and they're small enough to give you the friendly, individualized service you deserve. You owe it to yourself to have an account at Salt Lake City Credit Union, above and beyond every day.
Eligibility and membership required. Federally insured by NCUA.
Let's face it, life's full of little dings and dents, particularly when you or your teenager are driving. At Abra Auto Body and Glass, we realize not every fender bender requires a lengthy dialogue with an insurance agent. To keep your insurance premiums down, it's sometimes better to handle a repair on your own, especially when the damage is mostly just a cosmetic annoyance. Bring your dinged and dented vehicle to Abra and let us help you and your family get the quality repair you need at a price you can afford. We've been at it for over 20 years, and with the best trained technicians in the industry, we can make your car sparkle like it did before you or your teenager had an unfortunate mishap. So, even when you are not submitting an insurance claim, let Abra work with you to get an affordable, quality repair with a lifetime warranty. Auto Body Repair of America. Abra, America's most recommended. Call 1-888-USA-ABRA to schedule an immediate appointment. Now more Salt Lake Bees baseball on ESPN 1230 AM. Here's Steve Klauke.
All right, we go now to the bottom of the 7th inning, and the Bees lead 11-0. 1 strike the count on Alejandro Prieto facing Jared Weaver. Now the 0-1 delivery. Swung on, popped up foul, coming back and out of play for strike 2. Anderson Rosario into the ball game in right field, replacing Nick Cournot. The Bees up 11-0. There's also a right-hander throwing in the Salt Lake bullpen. So 0-2 on Prieto. The pitch. Swing at a changeup and a foul back, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Paul Phillips and Chad Allen to follow here in the bottom of the 7th inning. He's out in front. 11-zip. The pitch. Fastball, strike 3 called on the inside corner at the knees. Jared Weaver records his 4th strikeout of the day. 1 out. Here's Paul Phillips, who has singled, struck out in 2 plate appearances. Don't forget, if you're between the ages of 8 and 13, you can help me call the action from the press box as the Great Clips Junior broadcaster for a game. Entered to win at any Wasatch Front Great Clips location. Relax, it's Great Clips. Pitch on the way. Fastball popped up behind second base. Casey Smith calling everyone else off, and he'll put it away for the 2nd out of the inning. So 2 up, 2 down here in the Omaha 7th, and that'll bring up Chad Allen, who's 0 for 2. Has bounced back to the mound and struck out swinging. So 2 out, nobody on here in the bottom of the 7th. The wind still howling. Jared Weaver's allowed 3 hits. He has struck out 4 and not walked the batter. First pitch is over for a strike, and it's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike the count. Now Weaver deals. Breaking ball low, 1-1 the count. Salt Lake's pitching staff came into this game third in the league with a 3.72 staff ERA. The 1-1. Swing and a foul back to the base of the screen, 1-2. Nashville's leads at 2.93. Round Rock next at 3.52. Followed by the Bees at 3.72. Las Vegas at 3.81. The 1-2 pitch to Allen. Change up high, 2-2. Right now, 12 of the 16 teams in the PCL have staff ERAs under 5. That number will be reduced as the weather gets warmer into the summer and the ball starts to carry. 2-2 pitch is popped up. Well, let's see what happens on this one. On the infield, everybody converging, and it's going to be Kendry Morales, the first baseman, who calls everybody off as the wind pushes it right to him. So 1-2-3, nothing across as we go to the 8th. It's the Bees 11 and Omaha nothing on ESPN 1230.
You can bring home more during PetSmart bonus days, so it might be smart to prepare your dog ahead of time.
Okay, Scout. I'm going to come home with more dog food than usual, but that doesn't mean we're getting another dog. You're still going to be my best 4-legged friend. I'm just stocking up. Okay, buddy?
Get more free during PetSmart bonus days, like 10% more free in select bags of Purina One dog food. A bonus for you and your pet. That's smart. PetSmart. While supplies last, see store for details.
For more than 25 years, there's been a guy you've trusted, a guy you've known, Larry H. Miller. Since 1979, when Larry H. Miller opened his first automotive dealership, he's had one primary goal in mind, to make our communities grow stronger and better by offering the very best in quality, service, selection, and price. And since that day, nearly 3 decades ago, you've been there to help the Larry H. Miller dealerships become one of the largest and most respected dealership groups in the entire country. And for that, we say thank you. Today, you can choose to shop at more than a dozen of our automotive dealerships along the Wasatch Front, almost all of which feature dealership service centers on site. We also have 3 state-of-the-art collision repair facilities to serve you. We know that we could not continue to grow our business without yours. So when it comes to your next car, there's a guy you know who cares about values, honor, integrity, and trust. Larry H. Miller. After all, you know this guy.
Now back to more Salt Lake Bees baseball with Steve Klauke on ESPN 1230 AM.
All right, we go to the 8th. Reggie Willett, Anderson Rosario, and Mike Elward due up to face right-hander David Elder. Bees leading by a score of 11-0. Reggie Willett, 2 runs batted in on a double in his last at-bat. David Elder, who missed the 98 season after Tommy John surgery, out of the mound, the 3rd pitcher employed by Omaha this afternoon. First pitch on the way, and it's a fastball a little bit high, ball 1. Elder played collegiately at Georgia Tech, where he was a teammate of Nomar Garcia-Parra. Now Elder ready, the 1-0. Swing and a miss at a fastball, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Marcus Gwynn throwing in the Bees bullpen, so I would think that Jared Weaver's afternoon has been completed. A 1-1 delivery. Willett starts after it, holds up, and that one hits him in the arm. That one grazes his right arm, and so Willett, hit by the pitch, takes first base. For Reggie, that is the first time this year he's been hit. So a runner at first base, nobody out for Anderson Rosario getting a chance to bat, only his 3rd at bat since joining the team. Make that his 4th. He has struck out twice. Hit into a fielder's choice on the other occasion. Oh for 2 against Las Vegas, 0 for 1 against Tacoma. Pitch on the way, Rosario lines one foul off the fencing in front of the Bees dugout at first for strike 1. So Nick Gorneau today goes 2 for 4 with 2 runs scored and 2 runs batted in. A solo homer in the 4th that gave the Bees a 1-0 lead and an RBI single in the 7th when the Bees put 8 on the board. The pitch, fastball inside as Rosario backs out of the way of ball 1. Final line on Frank Brooks, not a very good one. In the 3rd of an inning, he gave up 6 hits, 5 runs, all earned with 1 walk and 1 strikeout. Elder's pitch. Bird ball in at the knees, a strike off the glove of the catcher, Phillips, who got crossed up on that pitch. And he goes out to say something to Elder and say, why did you throw me a curveball when I asked for a fastball? 1 ball, 2 strikes the count on Anderson Rosario. Probably not something you really want to put on your resume, but David Elder in December of 2001 was traded from Texas to Cleveland in exchange for John Rocker. The Indians were trying to get rid of him. The 1-2 pitch. Rosario takes a breaking ball. Strike 3 called at the knees. So Rosario getting a rare at bat, and he gets called out on strikes. 1 away here in the 8th. That'll bring up Mike Elward, who's 1 for 3. Struck out swinging his last time up. And Marcus Quinn down in the Bees bullpen, so again he'll likely come on in the bottom of the 8th. As Jared Weaver throws 7 shutout innings. Elder's first pitch to Elward, and it's a fastball in at the letters for a strike, and it's 0-1. 11-0 Bees here in the top of the 8th. They're underway at Los Angeles. No score. Astros in L.A. going to the bottom of the 1st. Pitch on the way. Elward, slow bouncer to the right side, backhanded by Prieto. The only play he has is the underhand toss to Elder, covering at first for the out. Reggie Willett takes second on the play, and with 2 out, here's Jeff Mathis, who's 0 for 3 with a walk. 1 more opportunity to try to extend that hitting streak to 7 games. Don't forget, all Monday home games are Harmon's Family Nights with the Bees. Stop by your local Harmon's and pick up a Family Night voucher that's good for 8 family members for just $16, and take that voucher to redeem it at the Bees box office. Harmon's, your neighborhood grocer. Your next Harmon's Family Night comes up on Monday the 22nd against the New Orleans Zephyrs. Now the pitch on the way. Fastball outside at the knees, ball 1. So make plans to come on out. Bring the family on Monday the 22nd when they take on New Orleans. Some of the school groups starting to head out of the ballpark now. The 1-0 pitch. Mathis, did he go around? Yes, says the first base umpire, and the count's even at 1 ball and 1 strike. That's the final in Toronto. The Blue Jays defeat Oakland 8-3. Pair of home runs for Troy Gloss. Now the 1-1 pitch. Mathis grounds one fair over the bag at third and down the left field line. Rounding third and heading for home is Willett. Mathis jogs into second base with a run-scoring double, and the Bees lead it 12-0, and that extends Mathis' hitting streak to 7 games. His 4th double and his 3rd run batted in since joining the Bees, and that'll bring up Kendry Morales, who's 2 for 4. So 12-0, the 3rd highest run output by the Bees this year. Elder ready, and the first pitch to Morales. Fastball in at the knees, a strike 0-1. The win for Toronto means that they'll gain a game on the loser of the Yankees-Red Sox contest tonight and stay 2 games behind the winner. They'll be 1 game out of second place. The 0-1 pitch. Morales swings and lines one to center field, a base hit. Mathis being held up at third as the throw comes through, and so runners at the corners now with 2 out. 3rd hit of the game for Morales as the Bees now have 15. That'll bring up Curtis Pride, who has 3 hits and 4 at-bats, including a double, 1 run batted in, and 2 runs scored. So Mathis at third, Morales at first. 3,871. The announced paid attendance here on this Thursday afternoon. The pitch on the way. Pride takes a fastball in at the knees for a strike 0-1. So Curtis with 3 hits on the day. Looking for a fourth as the 0-1 comes home, and Pride swings and lines one in the left field for a base hit. In from third, Mathis scores. Stopping at second base is Kendry Morales. A big 4-hit game for Curtis Pride, and the Bees now lead it 13-0. Both runs in this inning have come after 2 out. Here's Ryan Buddy, who looped a single into right field to drive home 2 runs his last time up. The 4 hits equals a season high for a Bees player. It's been done several times this year. The pitch, low for a ball, 1-0. Tommy Murphy had 2 4-hit games. Mike Napoli 1 and Howie Kendrick with 1. And now Curtis Pride with 1. The pitch, low for a ball, 2-0. Actually, I think Juan Rivera had 1 as well. Overall, this is the 7th time that a Bees batter has had 4 hits in a ball game. 2-0 the count on Buddy. Elder's pitch. Down low, ball 3. 3-0 the count. A wide one would load the bases for Casey Smith. He's hoping to be saving some offense for tomorrow night when this series wraps up. Elder ready, the 3-0. Down the middle of fastball, 3-1. A win today guarantees, again, their 8th non-losing series out of 9 played. 3 balls, 1 strike to count on Buddy as Elder comes set. The right-hander's pitch. Fastball fouled off to our right. And so now the count is full at 3-2. Full count to the right-hand batter. All Salt Lake here today. 3 in the 4th, 8 in the 7th, and 2 here in the 8th. The lead 13-0, the 3-2 payoff pitch, and it's low, ball 4, and the bases are loaded. First walk issued by Elder, and the 4th given out by Omaha pitching in the ball game. Brings up Casey Smith, who's 2 for 4 with a pair of singles. As you might imagine, the way things are going today, everybody in the starting lineup has at least 1 hit, and everybody but Ryan Buddy has scored, at least among those who have started. The pitch. Fastball low, ball 1. That one handcuffed Phillips, but he was able to keep it nearby at home plate and hold the runners. One ball, no strikes on Casey Smith. The pitch. Elder delivers a curveball strike on the inside half of the plate above the knees, 1-1. Ted Lilly, the winner for the Blue Jays today over Oakland. He's 4-2. Kirk Saarloos, the loser, 1-1. The only American League day game, the 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball low and outside to the right-hand batter. Ball 2, 2-1 the count. Dodgers and Astros are scoreless in the first. Cubs and Giants, Brewers and Padres scheduled to get started in about 10 to 15 minutes from now. Elder ready, and the 2-1 to Casey Smith. Will strike at the knees, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Morales, the runner at third. Pride at second. Buddy at first. Now Elder's pitch. Smith takes strike 3 called on the inside corner under the letters, and that retires the side. But the Bees with 2 more runs on 3 hits. No errors, and 3 runners were left on base. As we go to the bottom of the 8th, it's the Bees 13, Omaha nothing on ESPN 1230.
Mark
Ditbar throws. Here's a swing and a high fly ball going deep to left. This may do it. Back to the wall goes Berra. It is over the fence. Home run. The Pirates win.
Classic baseball is back. The Salt Lake Bees. Now get a family pass to see the Bees this season for an incredible $199. That's only $276 per game for your entire immediate family. Call 325-BASE to get your family pass. The Salt Lake Bees. Classic baseball is back.
Med1 Medical. Med1 Medical.
Are you using the same smelly mask and tubing that you got when you started? Masks and tubing should be replaced regularly. You won't believe how much nicer it is to breathe in a new mask. It's healthier, too. Call Med1 today at 800-248-5882. With a new mask, you'll have fewer colds and sore throats. Do you snore when you're wearing your CPAP? If your CPAP is working as it should, you should never snore when you have the CPAP machine on. An old, worn-out mask causes leaks and will not allow your CPAP machine to operate at the correct pressure. Schedule an appointment to visit our sleep laboratory and bring your CPAP machine, and we'll do a free pressure check and give you a free CPAP tube. Sign up for our Sleep Smart Gold maintenance program, and your first mask is free. Call 800-248-5882.
Med1 Medical. Med1 Medical.
Now let's go back to the more Salt Lake Bees baseball coming up on ESPN 1230 AM.
Marcus Gwynn comes on for the Bees to pitch here in the bottom of the eighth of a 13-0 ball game in favor of Salt Lake. For Marcus, his 11th appearance of the year in 14 2/3 innings. He's given up 22 hits, 11 runs, 10 of which have been earned. He has struck out 12 and walked 8, 1-hit batter, 5 wild pitches, and 2 home runs allowed. Gwynn, no decisions or saves, and a 6.14 earned run average. The PCL batting .333 against right-hander Marcus Gwynn, 6'3", 219 in his 7th year. He'll face Mark Teahan, Mike Aviles, and D. Brown here in the 8th. Jared Weaver, 7 strong innings today. Gwynn's first pitch to Teahan, who's 0 for 2, and it's sliced foul out of play down the left field line for strike 1. In 7 innings, Weaver gave up 3 hits, no errors, 3 hits, no runs, 4 strikeouts, no walks. Ironically, the 4 strikeouts, the lowest strikeout total in an outing for Weaver this year. There's a fastball outside, ball 1. He's leading 13-0. They've out-hit the Royals 16-3. There's a pitch sailing high and outside, ball 2, 2-1. Again, the amazing thing is that in the 8 innings, the 16 hits for Salt Lake have all come in the 3 innings in which they have scored. And when they didn't score, they didn't get a hit. Now the 2-1. Swung on and popped up foul. Third base side out of play. Counts even at 2-2. Bright sunshine, but the game began under dark gray skies, and they turned the lights on at the beginning, but yet they are still on, even though the field is currently bathed in sunshine and has been for a while. Gwynn ready, the 2-2 to Teahan. Into the dirt with a breaking ball, and that fills the count at 3-2. Right-hander Joe Nelson throwing in the Omaha bullpen down the left field line. Gwynn ready, the payoff pitch to Teahan. Into the dirt, ball 4. That's the first walk of the day issued to an Omaha batter. And so the leadoff man is aboard here in the 8th inning. Brings up Mike Aviles, who's 1 for 2. Fouled out to first and single to left in the 5th inning. That's the last hit for the Royals in this game as the infield now moves into double play depth. They've turned 1 so far this afternoon. Pitch on the way. It's a check swing roller up the first base side. Gwynn has it. His only play will be to first for the out. As Aviles was turning to get out of the way of a high inside pitch, the ball hit his bat and rolled fair up the first baseline. So 1 out. Teahan takes second on the play, and it's the first time this afternoon that Omaha has put a runner in scoring position. Brings up D. Brown, who's 0 for 2, grounded into that 4-6-3 double play in the 5th inning. Bottom of the eighth, 13-0 Salt Lake. So Brown just up from Double-A Wichita. They didn't know until an hour before game time whether or not he'd be in the lineup today. Here's a pitch into the dirt off the glove of Mathis, and on to third base goes Tian. A wild pitch by Marcus Gwynn, and that is his staff-leading sixth of the year. So the shutout-breaking run is at third with one out. 1 ball, the count on Brown. Ricky Bell would have started and left if Brown didn't show up, but he got here in time to play from Wichita. 1 ball, the count, the pitch from Gwynn. Swung on and lifted down the left field line, slicing towards the Royals bullpen and out of the reach of Curtis Pride as it bounces into the seat. That evens the count at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Just a reminder this season that if a Bees player hits for the cycle at home during a regulation 9-inning game, you could win $10,000 at the SMC Capital Management Hit for the Cycle contest, courtesy of Gary Gigi of SMC Capital Management. The 1-1 to Brown, grounded foul at the first base side, 1-2. Register to win at the Franklin Covey Field customer service booth. And don't forget to check out www.retirementsource.net for more information on SMC Capital Management, architects of wealth. So a runner at third, 1 out for Omaha here in the 8th. Gwynn ready, and the 1-2 pitch to Brown. Bounces in, ball 2. 2-2 the count. Gwynn worked a scoreless inning here on Tuesday night. Gave up a hit, walked 1, and struck out 1. The 2-2 pitch to Brown. Swing and a miss and a breaking ball down and in. First strikeout for Gwynn. Strikeout number 5 for Bees pitching in the ball game. So 2 out. T in at third for Chip Hombres, who's fly to center and popped to the pitcher. In case you weren't with us, again, this wind is 25 miles per hour to 30 miles per hour now. Pop up to the left side. Neither the shortstop Ibar, the third baseman Elward, really saw the ball. The wind was blowing it back. And the pitcher, Jared Weaver, went out to the infield dirt between second and third and made a backhanded catch to save a batter from getting on base. There's a breaking ball into Hombres for a strike, 0-1. Jason Bulger, who hasn't worked for a while, picking up a baseball and getting set to loosen up. He'll likely work the ninth. The 0-1 pitch to Hombres. Her ball low and outside, 1-1 the count. He in at third, 2 down here in the 8th. Outfield shaded towards right a bit. The infield back. Gwynn ready. The 1-1 pitch to Hombres. Fastball strike on the outside corner at the knees. 1-2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. Runner at third base, T, 2 down. Gwynn ready. The pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. He struck him out, and that retires the side. No runs, no hits. A walk, 1 left. We go to the 9th. It's the Bees 13, Omaha nothing on ESPN 1230.
SOS Staffing Services is a proud sponsor of Bees baseball. Just like the Salt Lake Bees, SOS is Utah's hometown team. Based in Salt Lake City for over 32 years, SOS has 27 strategically placed Utah offices to draft Utah's top talent. SOS specializes in direct placement, temp to hire, and temporary employment in fields such as administrative, technical, production assembly, labor, and many more. So the next time your business needs a pinch hitter or a top draft pick, call SOS Staffing Services.
It's coming, and it's coming fast. The world's greatest riders on the world's fastest motorcycles, escaping danger at every turn. It's the AMA Superbike Championship at Miller Motorsports Park. Miller Motorsports Park delivers Utah onto the stage of world-class racing with the inaugural Honda Summit of Speed AMA Superbike Championship, presented by Parts Unlimited. See this thrilling race Friday, June 16th through Sunday, June 18th. See every hair-raising turn on the newest, longest, and finest racetrack ever built in North America. Plus,
you'll witness AMA Supermoto riders competing in a high-flying aerial assault that will have you holding your breath. Tickets are on sale now through Ticketmaster or by calling 325-SEAT. That's 325-SEAT, the Honda Summit of Speed AMA Superbike Championship, June 16th through the 18th at the brand-new Miller Motorsports Park in Tooele. It'll make your heart race. For more details, visit MillerMotorsportsPark.com.
Now more Salt Lake Bees baseball on ESPN 1230 AM. Here's Steve Klauke.
All right, we go to the ninth inning. Bees 13, Omaha nothing. Eric Ibar, Reggie Willits, and Anderson Rosario do up to face the new pitcher, Joe Nelson, who comes in for the 12th time this year in 15 and a third innings, giving up 10 hits, 5 runs, 4 earned. He struck out 25 and walked 6. First pitch to Ibar, high and outside to the left-hand batter, ball 1. Nelson 1-1 with a 2.35 earned run average, a pair of saves, and a PCL batting average against of 192. He got the save last night as Ibar swings and loops one back of short, and Blanco backpedals onto the outfield grass to make the catch for out number 1. So Ibar retired, 1 away. That'll bring up Reggie Willits. 1 for 3 on the day with 2 runs batted in and 2 runs scored. Somebody's lunch bag just went flying by in this press box at Rosenblatt's, about 5 stories off the ground at least. There's a fastball strike on the outside corner at the knees, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike to Willits. Now Nelson's pitch bounces in for a ball. That evens the count at 1-1. They're underway in Los Angeles, as we mentioned. The Astros now leading the Dodgers 1-0 in the second. The other games just getting started as well. Milwaukee at San Diego and the Cubs at San Francisco. 2-0 to Willits. Bat handle pop-up foul. Back to the left of home plate into the seats. Again, all 9 hitters in the starting lineup have at least 1 hit today. Ibar with 1, Willits 1, Gorno 2. Elward 1, Mathis 1, Kendry Morales 3, Curtis Pride 4, Brian Buddy 1, and Casey Smith 2. The 1-2 pitch, Willits hits a liner at the shortstop. Blanco makes the letter high backhanded catch for out number 2. 2 up, 2 down. Here's Anderson Rosario, who called out on strikes his first time up after replacing Nick Gorno in right field. So 2 out and the base is empty, with the Bees leading 13-0. Nelson's pitch, cut at and missed, a strike, 0-1. Again, Rosario, a youngster, just 21 years old, out of extended spring, played for the Pioneer League champion Orem Owls last year. Breaking ball low and outside, backhanded by the catcher Phillips, and the count's even at 1-1. Also played in 14 games, hitting just 122 for Rancho Cucamonga of the California League. Now the pitch. Her ball foul back to the screen, 1-2. Rosario's been here since Reggie Willits was promoted to the Angels, and Willits came back. Murphy went up. Rosario stayed here as a defensive replacement, type of fill-in outfielder. That's all he's been since he's been here. This is, again, only his 5th at bat. The 1-2 pitch on the way. A little bit low, ball 2. 2-2 the count. In the bottom of the 9th inning, Omaha will have Blanco, Gotay, and Prieto, the 9-1 and 2 hitters, due up. Again, Jason Bulger getting ready in the Bees bullpen. The 2-2 delivery. Rosario rolls one foul up the third base side. So it's still 2-2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes the count on right-handed hitting Anderson Rosario from Santo Domingo in the Dominican Republic. Nelson ready, the pitch. Swinging another ground foul, third base side. Again, deflecting over by Bees manager Brian Harper, who will find a youngster to toss the ball to, and finds one over behind the dugout. 2-2 the count on Rosario. Now Nelson's pitch. Swing of a fastball and a foul back into the screen. Still 2-2. Then after the broadcast is over with and we go back to ESPN Radio, Barry Bonds is in the lineup today. ESPN will be cutting into the radio broadcast of every Bonds at bat as he chases Babe Ruth for second place. There's a curveball, strike 3 called on the inside corner at the knees, and that retires the side as Nelson works a 3-up, 3-down, 9th inning. As we go to the bottom of the 9th now, it's the Bees 13, Omaha nothing on ESPN 1230.
You already know that R.C. Willey is the place to shop for quality home furnishings, but you may not know that R.C. Willey also works hard to provide solutions for you in your home. With same-day delivery, there's no need to wait. R.C. Willey's professional sales associates will answer your questions and help you find exactly what you need. In-store financing means you deal directly with us. By providing an incredible selection of merchandise, it's easy to find your individual taste and style. Find your solutions today at R.C. Willey. One place, so many possibilities.
It's the news you want, from the team you want, when you want. 2 News at 9 on KJS 14 with 2 News anchors Shauna Lake and Mark Cobell.
Your 9 o'clock news leader is now a number higher.
2 News at 9 on KJS. All the news in half the time.
Plus, meteorologist Roland Stedham with your fresh air forecast and exclusive Storm Tracker real-time radar. And sports from the Talkin' Sports team. Tonight, turn on the team taking 9 o'clock news to a whole new level.
2 News at 9 on KJS. Fresh air 7 nights a week.
And soon, that won't be all the great news on KJazz.
Welcome, everyone, to 2 News at 4 o'clock. It's
Utah's first and favorite early afternoon news is on the move at the end of May.
You have changes brewing.
Watch for 2 News at 4 coming to KJazz 14 starting May 29th. Still, your first view of all the day's news.
The endless battle for firefighters.
With Christina Floyd.
Breaking news at this time.
Fields Mosley. And your fresh air forecast from Debbie Worthing.
We'll start out even nicer than we are right now.
Remember the move. 2 News at 4 p.m. on KJazz 14 starts May 29th.
Now back to more Salt Lake Bees baseball with Steve Klauke on ESPN 1230 AM.
Jason Vulture on here in the bottom of the 9th. His job to try to preserve what would be the pitching staff's 4th shutout of the year. He'll face Andres Blanco, Ruben Gotay, and Alejandro Prieto. For the right-hander Vulture, this is his 12th appearance of the year. In 15 2/3 innings, he's given up just 9 hits, 2 runs, 1 of them earned. He has struck out 23 and walked 5. He's hit 2 batters, thrown 1 wild pitch. No home runs allowed. He's 1-1 with a minuscule 0.57 earned run average. He has 3 saves, and the PCL batting just .161 against the 6'4 right-hander, Jason Vulture. Andres Blanco to lead it off. He has singled and grounded out in 2 plate appearances. So Jason ready to go, and the pitch on the way, and it's in at the knees for a strike 0-1. The Royals' best chance of scoring came last inning when Tian walked, moved to second on a ground out, and took third on a wild pitch, so he was there with 1 out, but did not score. There's a pitch grounded off the glove of Vulture and back through into center field for a base hit. So Andres Blanco has his 2nd hit of the ball game, and it's just the 4th hit so far this year, 4th hit so far this game for Omaha. So runner at first base, nobody out. Ruben Gotay the batter. He's 0 for 3. Grounded out to short his last time up. First tough, a relief pitcher, a closer type like Vulture. Sometimes the frame of mind not the same as it is coming in a closing situation. Pitch on the way. Gotay takes a fastball inside at the knees. Ball 1. Omaha has been shut out twice before, both times on the road at Albuquerque and at Round Rock by identical 4-0 scores. There's a fastball in for a strike, 1-1. Bees leading 13-0 here in the 9th. Now Vulture sets the 0-1. Breaking ball, that's in for a strike, or makes that the 1-1. Now it's 1-2 as the scoreboard was behind a pitch. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count on Gotay as Vulture delivers. Fastball inside, and that one grazed him. And so now runners are at first and second base with nobody out. And the batter will be Alejandro Prieto, who's 0 for 3. Called out on strikes his last time up. So a single and a hit batter put the Royals in position for trying to break the shutout. Infield double play depth. The pitch. Breaking ball, strike at the knees, and the count's 0-1. With a runner at second base and nobody out, Barry Bonds is intentionally walked in his first plate appearance today against the Cubs. Giants leading now 2-0. Lance Niekro with a 2-run double in the first inning. 1 strike the count on Prieto. Al Bulger's pitch. Fastball rolled towards first. Morales has it. Goes to second for 1. Throw back behind the runner at third, and safe there is Blanco. A little trickery by Eric Ivar, but Blanco held his ground at third and did not make the turn around the bag. So it'll be a fielder's choice. 3-6 on the force out of Gotay. 1 out. Runners at the corners now for Omaha, and the batter will be Paul Phillips. He's 1 for 3. Single to left in the first. Since then, he has struck out swinging and popped to second. So runners at the corners, 1 out, and again the infield a double play depth. Bulger ready, and the pitch on the way. Breaking ball, strike, and it's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike to count. Blanco at third, Prieto at first. Now Bulger's pitch. Fastball in the air to center field, and it's going to be deep enough to score the run. Reggie Willits will make the catch, and tagging at third, Blanco scores to spoil the shutout at 13-1. Only the second earned run given up by Bulger this year. Paul Phillips with his 8th run batted in. So runner at first base, 2 out, and it's now 13-1. With a runner at first, 2 out, Chad Allen the batter. Bulger's pitch. Fastball strike, and it's 0-1. Allen has bounced to the mound, struck out swinging, and popped to first. Bulger ready in the 0-1. Swing, and a foul at home plate, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. As Chad Allen just did get a piece of the slider. No balls, 2 strikes. A single by Blanco, a hit batter, a fielder's choice, and a sacrifice fly has produced Omaha's first run of the game here in the bottom of the 9th. The 0-2. Curveball just inside at the knees. 1-2 to count. And Al Bulger just trying to finish it off here. 1-2 the count on Allen. Bulger ready to pitch. Swinging a foul off the end of his bat, back behind home plate. So the count remains 1-2. These have out hit Omaha 16-4. Now Bulger ready. The 1-2 again to Chad Allen. Swinging a ground ball to third. Elward's got it. Fumbles, picks it up, recovers, throws to first. Off the bag goes Morales, and safe at first base is Chad Allen on an error. As Elward, hoping to finish off the game, fumbled the ball. It squirted behind him. He picked it up, and his throw to first base was high and to the home plate side of the bag, pulling Morales off as he missed the sweet tag on Allen on the way by. So runners at first and second, 2 out. The batter will be Marquis, and is 0 for 2 with a walk. First pitch on the way. Bulger delivers. High, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Left-handed hitting Tian against the right-handed delivery of Bulger. The 1-0 pitch is a fastball in for a strike, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Infield back, of course, with 2 outs. Now the 1-1. Third ball, that's in for a strike. And again, Walters ahead in the count, 1-2. He was ahead 1-2 on the hit batter, ahead 1-2 on the hitter that reached on the error, ahead 0-1 on the single by Blanco that started the inning. Now Bulger ready again. The 1-2 pitch to Tien. Struck him out swinging on a slider, and that is the ball game. The shutout spoiled, but the Bees with a comfortable win here this afternoon at Rosenblatt Stadium in Omaha. In the bottom of the ninth, 1 run, 1 hit, 1 error, and 2 runners were left on the base paths. Handshakes and high fives all around with the final score. The Salt Lake Bees 13 and the Omaha Royals 1. We'll be back with the 10th inning show coming up next on ESPN 1230.
The game is over, and the fans are headed home. Stay tuned. The 10th inning show is coming up next. You've been listening to Salt Lake Bees Baseball on your home for the Salt Lake Bees, ESPN 1230 AM.
Here's Papa John himself to tell you about Papa John's specialty pizzas.
A specialty pizza with unexpected taste. That's the way I like it. Choose any of our specialty pizzas like Hawaiian barbecue chicken, the works, the meat, or garden fresh. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John.
Limited delivery area, charges may apply.
In my mind, I envision delicately crunchy greens, warm orange glazed chicken, crisp snow peas nestled next to tender edamame and sweet succulent mandarin oranges. My mind drifts as I add rich ripe red peppers, toasted almonds, and finish it all off with a light sesame ginger dressing. New Mendoza low-fat variety. McDonald's new Asian salad, one of 4 premium salads, is now a delicious reality. I'm loving it at participating McDonald's.
Before you try McDonald's premium roast coffee and a warm, tasty McGriddles breakfast sandwich, there's something you should know. These 2 items have a way of bringing everything into life-affirming focus. Take Megan.
Hi.
Megan had a fresh brewed premium roast and McGriddles for the first time today.
And that's when I found out I'm a talented singer-songwriter and a natural blonde.
Well, she is a singer-songwriter.
I'm going to start every day this way.
McGriddles and premium roast coffee, richer and bolder than our previous blend. Wake up and smell your life.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Okay, I didn't actually write that.
At participating McDonald's.
Dreaming of owning your own home? Cypress Credit Union would like to make your dream a reality with fantastic rates on low-fee construction and mortgage loans. Visit cypresscu.com or speak to a mortgage specialist at 260-7600. We'll help you determine your home buying power and the loan that best fits your needs. Mention this ad and we'll waive the $175 processing fee when you get your mortgage.
Cypress Credit Union. Your future is our future.
Equal housing lender.
Welcome to the 10th inning show, a complete recap of today's game, as well as a look at other games around the major leagues and the Pacific Coast League. Once again, let's go back to the ballpark with the voice of the Salt Lake Bees, Steve Klauke.
And welcome back to Rosenblatt Stadium in Omaha, where it was all Salt Lake this afternoon. The Bees a winner by a final score of 13-1. Here are the final totals for Salt Lake. 13 runs on 16 hits, 1 error, and 8 runners were left on base. For the Omaha Royals, 1 run on 4 hits, 4 errors, and they left 4 runners on base. The winning pitcher, Jared Weaver, now 3-1. The losing pitcher, Kyle Snyder, 0-2. Time of the game, 2 hours, 46 minutes, and the announced paid attendance, 3,871. The Bees taking a 3-0 lead in the 4th. The first run coming on a home run by Nick Gorneau. They would get RBI single by Kendry Morales and a run-scoring groundout off the bat of Ryan Buddy. And then the Bees would break it wide open with an 8-run 7th inning. Curtis Pride and Casey Smith each had 2 hits in the inning. Ryan Buddy drove in 2 runs, as did Reggie Willett. And the Bees coasted from there, adding 2 more runs in the 8th inning. Again, all 9 batters in the starting lineup had at least 1 hit, led by Curtis Pride, 4 for 5 with 2 RBI. Kendry Morales, 3 for 5 and 2 runs batted in. Nick Gorneau and Reggie Willett also each drove in 2, while Ryan Buddy knocked in 3 runs on the day. All to support the 7 shutout innings of starter Jared Weaver, who moves his record to 3-1 and lowers his earned run average, I'm sure, below the 3 mark. And so the Bees now back to 9 games above 500 at 21-12, while the Royals drop to 15-8. And again, the Salt Lake win guarantees that the Bees will have their 8th non-losing series out of 9 played, as the Bees won it today, going away by a score of 13-1. We'll come back and take a look at today's Abra scoreboard next here on ESPN 1230.
When it's time for your next set of tires, do you want the best tire warranty in the business? Then you should head to Big O Tires. Big O's free replacement warranty is the best in the business and gives you free services with your tires like balancing, rotating, and flat repair. Plus, with Big O Tires speed lane service, you can have your tires mounted, balanced, and on your vehicle in 20 minutes or less. Big O Tires, Utah's #1 tire store.
A reputation you can ride on. Big O Tires.
Sir, can you hear me?
Imagine you've just been in a traffic accident.
Sir, can you hear me?
And right now, the pressure of the steering wheel against your chest is preventing you from answering this question, while your smashed door is preventing the emergency crew from providing you with the help you're very much in need of.
Okay, sir, we're going to get some equipment in here and get you out of there just as quickly as possible. We need those over here right away.
Imagine the feeling of knowing this happened because you were driving dangerously, driving when you maybe shouldn't have, or allowing yourself to be distracted. Imagine hoping you'll wake up from this nightmare, but not being able to. Imagine the flashing lights and the smell of gasoline.
Sir, can you squeeze my hand?
Now, imagine why they're not bothering to ask these questions to anyone else who was in your car. Consider this a reminder. No one understands the importance of driving safely like someone who didn't. 0 fatalities. It's a goal we can all live with.
Hi, this is Mitch Jensen of Siegfried & Jensen. We all know Utah's a great sports state. Siegfried & Jensen is a proud sponsor of virtually all of Utah's professional teams. The Jazz, the Bees, the Blaze, the Grizzlies, and Real Soccer. In sports, winning is important. The same is true if you've been injured in an accident. To help ensure victory if you've been injured, you need a winning legal team on your side. Call us at Siegfried & Jensen at 1-800-INJURED. That's 1-800-INJURED. Siegfried & Jensen, your legal team if you've been injured.
Now let's go back to the ballpark for more Salt Lake Bees baseball. Here's the voice of the Salt Lake Bees, Steve Klauke.
And welcome back to Omaha. Time now for a look at the Abra scoreboard. Of course, here today, the Bees defeat the Omaha Royals by a score of 13-1. All of the rest of the action in the Pacific Coast League is under the lights tonight, with Fresno visiting New Orleans, Iowa hosting Colorado Springs, Sacramento is at Oklahoma, Tacoma hosts Round Rock, Tucson entertains Nashville, Memphis is at Las Vegas, and Albuquerque visits Portland. The Beavers started the day just a game and a half behind the Bees in the Pacific North Division. In the major leagues, in the American League, Troy Gloss hit a pair of home runs and drove in 4s. The Blue Jays beat Oakland 8-3 today. Nick Swisher, a pair of solo home runs for the A's. For both Gloss and for Swisher, they were their 11th and 12th home runs of the year. Later on, Boston takes on the Yankees again in the rubber game of that series in New York. Baltimore hosts Detroit, and the White Sox and the Angels meet in what's the rubber game of that series, with each team having won once. In the National League, Arizona and Pittsburgh were rained out in the Steel City. In the bottom of the 4th now at Los Angeles, the Dodgers trail Houston 1-0. San Diego has scored 3 runs and are still batting in the bottom of the 1st, leading Milwaukee 3-0. The Giants hit the Cubs with a 5-run first in the 2nd. San Francisco over Chicago 5-0. Again, Barry Bonds was intentionally walked in his first plate appearance. Later on this evening, the Mets are at Philadelphia, Florida hosts Atlanta, and Washington is at Cincinnati. And that is your Abra scoreboard. We'll come back with some of the highlights from this game right after this 2-minute timeout on ESPN 1230.
So, how's your garage life? At Checker Auto Parts, ours is terrific. We work on our cars just like you, and we use stuff like floor jacks, ratchets, air compressors, generators, and all kinds of cordless power tools. Why do I own a special jack just for my motorcycle? Because I can, and so can you. So come to Checker. If you need a better garage life, guess what?
He's back, and and the sequel is even hotter than the original. It's Honda's Spring into Action 2 sales event at Plaza Cycle. Honda's blockbuster sales event returns with more thrills, more savings, and more action than ever. Starring Honda's off-road competition bikes, the CRF 450X and the CRF 250X. This time, the story includes zero down payment, zero interest, and zero payments until 2007 upon approved credit with your Honda card. And how about this for a plot twist? Take advantage of $150 in bonus bucks with select 2005 models and get $500 in factory-to-dealer incentives on select CRF models. Spring into Action 2. Now playing at Plaza Cycle, 1379 West, 3300 South, Salt Lake. Hurry in. You've got to move fast or get left behind. After 9 months, minimum fixed monthly payment of 2.5% original balance, 18.9% fixed APR through GE Money Bank. Bonus bucks and factory to dealer incentive good with purchase on selected model. Proper goods for 53106. Other restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
Strike three! A no-hitter, a perfect game for John Larson. Yogi Berra runs out there. He leaps on Larson, and he's swarmed by his teammates. Listen to this crowd roar.
Classic baseball is back. The Salt Lake Bees. Now, students can get a pass to all 72 Bees games this summer for the incredible price of just $25. That's only 35 cents a game. Call 325-BASE to get your student pass today. The Salt Lake Bees. Classic baseball is back.
More Salt Lake Bees baseball coming up on ESPN 1230 AM.
And once again, welcome back to Omaha, where the Bees and the Royals were locked up in a Thursday matinee, scoreless going into the fourth inning when Nick Corneau led off. No balls, one strike. Now Snyder's pitch. Fastball driven in the air to right center field. Hombres going back. It's up there, it's out there, and it is gone. Into the bleachers in right center field. A home run for Nick Corneau. And the Bees draw first blood. They lead it 1-0. So 1-0 Bees at that point. Mike Elward would then single, move to second base on a ground out off the bat of Jeff Mathis, take third on a wild pitch and come home courtesy of Kendry Morales. Snyder's set. The 2-2 to Morales. Swung on and flared down the left field line, slicing towards the stripe, but it lands in fair territory. In to score is Elward. Morales will hold it first with an RBI single, and it's now 2-0 Salt Lake. So 2-0 in favor of the Bees. Eventually Morales would get to third and score on a ground out by Ryan Buddy, and that made it 3-0 in favor of Salt Lake, and it stayed that way until the seventh. Curtis Pride singled to open up the inning. 1 out later, Casey Smith delivered a base hit, putting 2 men aboard for Eric Ibar. Snyder ready to pitch. Ibar, little flare behind third. That's going to drop in fair and roll down to the Omaha bullpen. In from third, Pride will score. Going to third and safe at third base is Smith. Into second base goes Ibar, and the Bees lead it 4-0. So 4-0 at that point. That would be all for Kyle Snyder, and then the dam burst. A 2-run double by Reggie Willits, an RBI single by Nick Corneau. With 2 outs, Mathis walked. Kendry Morales singled in a run. Curtis Pride doubled in 1. Ryan Buddy singled home 2. And the Bees had their biggest inning of the year at 8 runs. They would add 2 more in the 8th. The Royals would spoil the shutout on a sacrifice fly in the bottom of the 9th inning, but the Bees would win it by a final score of 13-1. They'll wrap up the series here in Omaha tomorrow night, and we'll preview it for you after this final timeout on ESPN 1230.
It's coming, and it's coming fast. The world's greatest riders on the world's fastest motorcycles, escaping danger at every turn. It's the AMA Superbike Championship at Miller Motorsports Park.
Miller Motorsports Park delivers Utah onto the stage of world-class racing with the inaugural Honda Summit of Speed AMA Superbike Championship, presented by Parts Unlimited. See this thrilling race Friday, June 16th through Sunday, June 18th. See every hair-raising turn on the newest, longest, and finest racetrack ever built in North America. Plus, you'll witness AMA Supermoto riders competing in a high-flying aerial assault that will have you holding your breath. Tickets are on sale now through Ticketmaster or by calling 325-SEAT. That's 325-SEAT. The Honda Summit of Speed AMA Superbike Championship, June 16th through the 18th at the brand new Miller Motorsports Park in Tooele. It'll make your heart race. For more details, visit MillerMotorsportsPark.com.
In my mind, I envision delicately crunchy greens, warm orange glazed chicken, crisp snow peas nestled next to tender edamame and sweet succulent mandarin oranges. My mind drifts as I add rich ripe red peppers, toasted almonds, and finish it all off with a light sesame ginger dressing. New Minzone, low-fat variety. McDonald's new Asian salad, one of 4 premium salads, is now a delicious reality. I'm loving it at participating McDonald's.
Before you try McDonald's premium roast coffee and a warm-tasting McGriddles breakfast sandwich, there's something you should know. These 2 items have a way of bringing everything into life-affirming focus. Take Megan.
Hi.
Megan had a fresh brewed premium roast and McGriddles for the first time today.
And that's when I found out I'm a talented singer-songwriter and a natural blonde.
Well, she is a singer-songwriter.
I'm going to start every day this way.
McGriddles and premium roast coffee, richer and bolder than our previous blend. Wake up and smell your life.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Okay, I didn't actually write that.
At participating McDonald's.
Now more Salt Lake Bees baseball on ESPN 1230 AM. Here's Steve Klauke.
Well, the Bees win a rout today by a final score of 13-1. They've now taken 2 out of 3 in this series with Omaha. They'll go for the series win here tomorrow night. It'll be a 6:05 first pitch. We'll be on the air with the on-deck circle at 5:45. And don't forget tomorrow another edition of the Bees Clubhouse at 3 over on 1320 KFAN with yours truly along with Adrian Denny. Tomorrow night's pitching matchup, it'll be Dustin Mosley with a record of 5-1 going for the Bees against right-hander Adam Bernero. His record for Omaha is 1-1. Thanks for joining us on this Thursday afternoon. Once again in 2 hours, 46 minutes, and in front of 3,871, the final score, the Salt Lake Bees 13 and the Omaha Royals 1. I'm Steve Klauke saying so long from the ballpark.
This has been the 10th Inning Show. Make sure to be with us next time for Salt Lake Bees baseball on your home for the Salt Lake Bees. ESPN 1230 AM.